So I just thought I'd do this, see if anybody actually joined in. Give it a few minutes and see what happens. Holy shit, somebody actually joined in.
What's up, buddy?
Might just be me and you, but
hey, that's all right. I'm sitting right in front of the fridge, and it's fully stocked. I'm good to go. The wife's out of town for the weekend. I'm by myself. Nothing bad could happen here.
Nice. I just went and bought a case of beer, but it's got to last me through tomorrow because I'm pretty sure the package store is going to be closed. So.
So correct me if I'm wrong. You're in Indiana.
No, I'm Southern Illinois. Southern Illinois.
Okay.
Down south of I-70.
See, that just kills me because where I grew up, 7 days a week, outside of 1 a.m. to 6 a.m., you can buy beer any damn place you want.
Yeah. Sunday it's a gray area. You got to have a special Sunday license in the state of Illinois.
See, that just kills me. Like every convenience store I grew up in, back in Wisconsin, you can buy whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Beer, whiskey, wine, they don't care.
Well, they pretty well just give out the license anymore, but you have to have the Sunday license. So, but it's also the holiday weekend, so I don't know if they're closed tomorrow, if they're going to be closed on Monday, because they will close down for a holiday.
Good point. Yeah.
And there's only one I go to in town, so we got 3 package stores in town plus Walmart sells beer, and I only go to one of them. So
it's interesting how the dynamic is different between states. I remember a few years ago I got transferred to Minnesota for work. I'm like, all right, Sunday afternoon, it's the fall football season. I'll go down and get a 12-pack, throw something on the grill. You cannot buy beer anywhere in Minnesota on Sunday. I'm like, what kind of communist son of a bitchin' place is this? I'm like, really? It's football season, for Christ's sake.
It's probably changed by now, though. I mean,
it's gotten a little better. You can buy, like 4% Coors Light, Bud Light, whatever.
No,
whatever. I don't care.
Yeah,
you drink enough of it doesn't matter. But
I
thought it was.
I stick to the Silver Bullet.
I just thought it was funny at the time. It was odd coming from where I grew up. It's like you never even thought about it. You just, we need a case of beer. Go down and get a case of beer. Go throw something on the grill. We're going to watch football. Never gave it a thought.
Oh.
So I was in a bit of a pickle today.
What was that?
I got 2 bikes in the garage. I can only ride one at a time. The wife keeps saying, this is a problem. You don't need 2 bikes. I'm like, no, you don't understand. So she takes off to go see her sister for the weekend. So I get on. I love the 97. It's 26 years old.
Yeah.
My very first Harley that she bought me. So she can't even bitch about what I spend on motorcycles because she started it. And every second we go into like a Harley store and I'm looking for something, and then she just puts her head down because she knows she started
it's all her fault.
So
yeah, my wife didn't buy my bike. Well, that's one of those gray area things too. I mean, she's on the loan, but it was all my idea. So
it's a long story. The bike was my brother-in-law's. God, we've been married 26 years now. And, he knew I grew up riding bikes. And so anytime we were back home and we go to their house, if the bike was sitting there, I'd jump on and go for a ride. No questions asked, right?
That's nice.
So we go back one weekend, and her family, my family, we're from the same hometown. So, convenient. And she's like, well, we have to go over to Mike and Becky's. I'm like, all right, whatever. Been there 1,000 times. My brother-in-law's out mowing the yard, so bike sitting in the driveway. I jump on the bike, I go for a ride. And it was odd because he left the keys in the ignition. He never, ever, ever left the keys in the ignition. Whatever. Now I go tootling around. Half hour later, I come tootling in. I park it there in the garage just like I always did. And I grab the keys out and I throw the keys to him. He comes walking across the drive, he's done mowing yard, and he throws it back at me. And I'm like, what the hell are you throwing the keys back at me for, asshole? It's like, not my bike. I'm like, what do you mean, not your bike? And I look over, and there's my wife with this big grin on her face, like you cannot wipe off.
Big shit-eating grin, huh?
Yeah, so he had to have knee replacement. He couldn't ride anymore. And I'd always dreamed of having a Harley. I just never thought it'd ever happen. Kids, you know how it goes, right?
Yeah.
So that was the start of it. Well, then I got transferred for work a second time, and my neighbor across the street builds custom big wheel bikes. That's what he does. Every year he builds a new one.
Never a fan of the big wheels, but
me either. But each to their own, right? The only bad part is when you live across the street from your buddy, who you get to be really good friends with, that builds bikes, and he looks at your 20-year-old bike. He's like, dude, you can't ride with me with that piece of shit. We got to fix it. I'm like, yeah, okay. So I park it in his garage for 4.5 months, and like $8,000 later, it looks pretty nice for a 26-year-old bike.
Yeah.
Air ride, suspension, So I look at it, I'll never sell it. I would never get out of it what I put into it.
Yeah.
And the only reason I could do what I did is because I had somebody who knew their shit, that all I had to do was buy beer and put something on the grill. That's kind of the way it worked, right?
Yeah. That's great when it works out that way.
Yeah,
I got a buddy's diner in the garage right now, the one that I've done the fork videos on and a few other things. I still got one more video to do on it, but fuck, I can't get out in the garage. I mean, I can get out there, but I can't work.
I can't
get it up on the lift. Can't do shit.
I feel for you. Dude, I feel for you. I know exactly what you're going through. I had to have a freaking cane just to get my ass off the couch to get to the bathroom. I couldn't get up.
I got to do crutches, so I can't have any weight on my left leg. I just went over got a beer, and as I was standing there, I was having to move some stuff around the refrigerator. My leg was kind of shaking back and forth. I could actually feel the lower part of my leg shaking separate from the knee down to the brake. Yeah, it's a weird feeling.
Yeah, it's the shits, man.
Oh yeah, it's a weird feeling, man.
Well, for the first 2 weeks after each surgery, I literally had to have somebody pick me up just to be able to get off the couch, because all your core muscles. I had 7 incisions the first time and 8 the second time.
Yeah,
and you can't even sit up. I mean, you can't even stand up.
Yeah, you're using too much.
You're just like with your leg. It's like it sucks.
Yep.
And then
which I'm getting better at the standing up without putting any weight on it. It took me a little bit to get used to it again. But my wife is actually letting me go somewhere this time. I mean, she's let me leave the house a few times. Whenever I first broke it, I didn't leave the house for 2 weeks. Until I went to my mom's house one Friday night for Halloween. We had our little Halloween thing. Hold on one
I
second.
was literally going batshit crazy. I sat on the couch. I went from the bed to the couch for 2 weeks, and I was going batshit crazy. I said, I got to get out of here. I got to do something. It was just insane. But I made the mistake. I pushed it, and then I had one big incision with 18 stitches, and I ripped them.
Oh.
Yeah, don't do that. That's a
Yeah.
bad thing.
I keep feeling my. I don't know how many stitches I have in my leg because it's all wrapped up, and I can't. I've been told not to unwrap it for 2 weeks unless it starts oozing through. Once it starts oozing through, I need to unwrap it and clean it, and then wrap it right back up, and not unwrap it again until it starts showing again.
Don't look at it. Trust me. Don't look at it.
I thought it was kind of cool when I could finally see my staples the first time around. I'm morbid like that, though. I mean, 13 years in the military, so.
Yeah. Do what you got to do. Don't do like I did. I felt after a couple of weeks, I'm like, that's pretty good. I think I can do something. Yeah, that was not a good idea. That set me back about a month and a half. The first time. The second time I learned. Okay, doc says, you're not going to do shit until this date. Yeah, he was right. First time bit me in the ass. So now how...
Yeah.
We may have talked about this. How far are you from, like, Savannah?
Savannah, Illinois? Oh, that's all the way up north. I'm 5 hours from there. I keep wanting to go to Poopies.
Is it that far? Okay.
Yeah, it's 5 hours. So it'll have to be a whole damn weekend for me to camp there on their grounds.
So here's why I ask. Last weekend, a good friend of mine from town here, he and I went to Lincoln to the Great Plains Moto Meetup.
Yeah.
And so for us, it was... we weren't in a hurry, so we kind of took our time, get down there. It was all of... I think mileage-wise, it's like 325 miles, something like that. And I met Jerry and Neil, the guys from River Bluff Baggers. They came up. And so we were having a great conversation.
I've watched a few of their videos.
Yep. Great guys. And they're actually not that far from me, at least.
Yeah.
At least for them to get from their house to Savannah, it was like 2.5, not quite 3, just short of 3. I'm like, well, hell, that's about the same time it takes me. And we were talking rides and whatnot, and I was kind of trying to describe. So that part of Northeast Illinois or Northwest Illinois, Southwest Wisconsin, that's where I grew up. That's my backyard. And so we're kind of trying to figure out, like, do some kind of a ride thing, meet up. There's great places to stay. And what I was thinking is, actually, I could send the wife over with the toy hauler. There's a really nice campground, like 6-8 miles from Savannah. And anybody wants to show up, we could kind of have a central meeting place, place. I can sleep 6 easy. And then, there's some really cool off the wall places that are biker friendly, that if you grew up in the area, you go down there in a weekend, if it's nice weather, I mean, there'll literally be 200-300 bikes in this hole in the wall town.
Yeah. So you got Poopies, and what's the other one?
You got an Iron Horse Social Club on Main Street.
Yeah, that's it. Iron Horse and Poopies.
And
they're both on the same road. They're just like 6 miles apart, or not even 6 miles.
Yeah, not even
like 2.
Probably.
I've never been, so I just keep hearing about it. Hold on one second. Yeah, bud. Sorry.
No worries. So yeah, I took my cousin and my nephew down to Poopies last year and did a couple of vids on it. But the one place that I've not been to that is not far from there is Cycle Silo Saloon, which is really becoming a real popular motorcycle riding place to go to.
Yeah. HD, no, I'm not going to do an 8-hour live stream. All right, that ain't happening. I'm not pulling a droop.
I don't think I could stay awake that long.
No, not from hell. That'd be 4 o'clock in the morning.
Well,
5 almost.
Did Stevie do like a 12 or 14 hour live stream one time?
That was before I started watching him.
Yeah, me too. I heard that. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Well, what was it? 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, Droop got on and just decided to do a random Saturday night live stream, and he was on there. I was on there for 6.5 hours out of the 8. So.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, that's right. I saw it pop up, and I'm like, I looked at the timestamp. I'm like, really? I like Droop. I watch all his shit. I'm like, yeah, I ain't watching that much.
Yeah, I don't watch reruns of live streams. It's not as fun if you can't interact, but I will listen to them while I'm at work. Then again, I haven't been to work for a month, so because I work nights, so I can't ever watch Droop on Monday nights. I can't watch Bry. I can't watch V-Twin Life Denver. I can barely watch the Baggers and Brews. So I just kind of listen to them while I'm at work, and it's not so bad. But I can't rewatch a live stream while I'm sitting in my recliner.
No, I'm with you. I'll sit out in the garage if there's something else interesting. I might pop one on and have a beer or something. But
now the interviews are all right, but I'd rather just sit there and listen to those while I'm at work, or while I'm riding down the road, whatever.
Yeah. The I don't want to say the bad thing, it's not the right term, but as you get to know more and more people and become friends through YouTube and the community,
yeah,
there's so damn many things going on at the same time. You can't watch them all.
True.
You're kind of stuck pick and choose your battles, and I don't know.
Yeah, and I actually mentioned it on Monkey's live stream last night, and was like, I may just start doing live on Saturday nights from time to time, or maybe even the Friday night that he's not on. And Monkey said, I don't think there's anybody that goes live on Saturdays. And I was like, well, fuck it, I guess I'm gonna do it tonight. And then I turn on the TV earlier, and live tonight, Scouse. Shit, I guess I'll go live tonight, because usually his are 4 or 5 hours. So.
I'm anxious to meet up with them in Sturgis. It's going to be a good time. Probably not for video, but
I wish I could go. And unless I hit the lottery or win a settlement, which I haven't, I don't play the lottery, and I haven't started suing anybody yet, so I don't foresee that happening.
I will tell you this right now, buddy. If you can get your ass out there, I got a place for you to stay. I can.
I'm not worried about a place to stay. I can.
3.
I can. I can throw up a tent. Hell, that's what I did at Sturgis last year. I'm fine sleeping in a tent for a week. Fuck. I mean, as long as there's clean showers, that's all I give a shit about.
I got the shower thing covered. I mean, I got a comfortable bed. You don't have to worry about the storms or sleeping in a tent. I'm just saying, you get your ass out there, I got a place for you.
Oh, I appreciate that. I just I don't have any money. Fuck, I'm behind on bills now as it is. So.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean. Next year, but.
Oh yeah, 2023 is either going to be another Sturgis year or a Route 66 ride, or maybe I might do something different. Do a Route 50 ride. US 50 passes. I mean, old US 50 is right outside my door. Just part of it. I might do a US 50. It stretches all the way from Maine to California. I won't be able to do the whole thing, I won't be able to do the whole thing, but I'm thinking 1 year head west until I have to bust ass home, and then the next year bust ass to where I made it to, finish off Route 50 headed west, and then bust ass home, and then it'll have to be like a 4 year trip, but
Yeah.
just to stay on Route 50 as much as you can. I know Route 66, there's parts of it that are impassable now, so.
Yeah. Did you ever catch that? I don't know. I think it was like a 6 or 7 part series that the 2 Lane Life guys did. They rode
on 66.
Route 66, and
Yep.
that was epic. That was really neat. But
kind of what inspired me to do it.
Well,
it got me thinking about it. Not really inspired, but it's got me thinking about it.
Yeah, me too. That and last weekend we were in Lincoln. Sonny and Angie, the Badgers, were there, and we were having dinner that night. They're trying to put together a organized ride, Route 66 ride next year.
Yeah.
So Sonny's trying to line up carriers that will ship your bike out to California, and then you fly out and then ride it to Chicago.
Yeah, I didn't know he was trying to do that much, but
yeah. They don't have the details fleshed out, but
yeah.
Okay, that'd be the only way I could do it. I'm not going to ride my ass out there and then ride all the way back. No.
Oh, if I rode out there, I'd interstate the whole way and then jump on 66 because Chicago's 6 hours from me. So that, or I do it backwards.
Yeah, I'm toying with that one. I told him, I said, you get more details figured out, let me know, because I definitely am interested. It's a bucket list item for me, right?
Yep, 66. There's another one. It's US 136 maybe, but it runs from East Coast to West Coast as well, and it's only like 100 miles from US 50 on the California side.
Oh, really? Okay. Nice.
So retirement goal is US 50 out to California, and then jump on, I think it's 136, maybe not, I can't really remember. Take it out east, then jump back on 50 back to my hometown.
Well, that's like I was asking Scoots. I thought Jonesy and I were on a, I don't know what the hell, it's somebody's ice stream, and that Canadian American highway.
Oh yeah,
talking about. He's just like, oh yeah, he's ridden part of it, I think. And I thought, at my age, I want to try and make like once a year have an epic ride.
Yeah.
I got the vacation.
How old are you?
I'll be 55 in July. So
a few years on me.
Yeah, a few years. You still probably got more hair than I do.
I had to shave. Actually, the only reason I shaved all mine off is because of freaking COVID. I was due for a haircut when they shut everything down, and going another, because I try to get a haircut every month, and going another 3 weeks, it drove me up the damn wall. So I busted out a pair of clippers to cut my boy's hair because it was in his eyes, and yeah, that didn't really work out so good because the clippers I had, my mom gave me, and I remember her cutting my hair with them when I was my boy's age at 7 years old. So I went and bought another pair, and I'm like, well, I'm not just going to cut his hair one time. I might as well, because I started cutting him, but it was ripping his hair more than it was cutting. So I just ended up going out to Walmart, buying a pair of clippers, shaving his head, shaving mine. And then I just took the Bic to mine because why not? And now I can't go 5 days. 5 days, and I can't sleep if I let my hair grow that long.
So what is it? They always say it jumps a generation or can jump a generation. It comes from your mom's side, right? Something like that. My great grandfather on my mom's side was bald as a baby's ass, right? I got it. My cousin, not a problem. Full head of hair.
Yeah.
And it just every year, it's just going farther. And finally, I'm like, I've got 3 brother-in-laws that all do the half helmet, and I'm like, oh hell no.
Nope.
Finally, one day I looked in the mirror. I'm like, screw it.
I
never had to
blamed a
make
lot
an
of mine on
appointment.
a hard hat because I had to wear a hard hat at work. And you can barely see an outline right there. It's thin through there. There's still hair there, but that's where the damn hard hat strap's at. So I blamed it on a hard hat.
There you go. And honest to God, I like it. I never have a bad hair day. I have to make an appointment. Every dollar I could spend on shampoo, I can spend on a beer. This is like a win-win. I
still go get my beard trimmed because my reverse hand-eye coordination in a mirror, I don't trust it. I'll end up like Pro Monkey did that one time.
I tried to do that. No, I come hell or high water, I will never be able to grow a beard. Just isn't in the cards. But, oh well. At least I don't have to worry about this side. So.
You can or you can't say anything about losing hair there, HDAV.
That was fun last weekend, meeting everybody out at Lincoln for the moto meetup. That was a good time.
Yeah, whenever I met Pro Monkey 3 or 4 times while I was out there in Sturgis last time, but the first time was I just happened to be walking around Rapid City HD and I heard Mrs. Monkey talking. So it's like that voice is familiar, and I rounded the corner and there she is at the Custom Dynamics booth, and there he is talking to a couple other people that didn't even watch his channel. And he goes, "Oh yeah, hold on, I better get a video of this." And they kind of go, "What?" He goes, "Oh, I run a YouTube channel." And I was like, "Yeah, it's kind of a big channel now." He goes, "It's only 30,000 subscribers or whatever it was at the time." Like, yeah, it's better than my 2. So, and he goes, "Last time I said I'd do something and didn't, everybody gave me 9 kinds of hell."
Oh shit! That's a thing that's it. I mean, to me, YouTube, you can make it what you want. If you want to put the time and energy into it, and you find your style, like Monkey's got a style.
Oh yeah, he's a good storyteller.
All the power to him. Absolutely. That's not my thing. I get in front of the camera and that's fine. I don't do YouTube to try and grow my channel necessarily. It's friends and family, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, I don't care about the metrics. I don't care about necessarily how many subscribers I get. But God, a lot of those channels, that's all they're about is their numbers.
And he's not like that. He doesn't really care. I mean, he rarely promotes himself. He never tells you to like, comment, subscribe, hardly, unless somebody says, "Hey, you might want to tell him to do that."
Well, and the one thing, I was talking to a couple of the others when we were out at Lincoln, and we all kind of agreed. The one thing that really kind of turns me off is the whole Patreon thing. There's so many good channels. My God, if we sub to every one of them, I'd be spending $500 a month on freaking YouTube subscriptions.
Yeah, I'm only a member of one channel. That's Baggers and Brews.
Same here. And even like Steve and some of the others, if companies want to provide them product and put it on, that's great for them. I don't know about you, but I got to buy my shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've bought everything for that bike. I mean, I contacted one company. I can't remember who it was. It was for LED lights, and I was like, "Hey, how about sending me a set of lights and I'll do a review on them?" They go, "Well, we can't really do that and let you keep them, but we can send you some and you can do a review on them and let you keep them as long as you like, but you have to send them back at some point in time. I'm like, what? That, I guess that would work, but it's not. Yeah. And then I got to looking at videos of their lights, and I'm like, it's not what I want to do, because they were the turn signals that the white came on between the amber on the front. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want the white to stay off while the turn signals are flashing, and then the white come on when they're off. I don't remember who it was now. Rogue Rider or something.
Yeah, it's interesting to kind of sit back and watch how some of that works. I don't begrudge those that, companies want to work with, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But
I keep trying. I mean, there's no harm in asking. So
that first thing you're gonna say is tell you no.
Oh yeah, I'm still waiting on emails back from Advan Black and Hogworks now, because that damn cheap ass tour pack I got. I'd like to have a real one to compare it against. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Did you catch the Baggers and Brews live stream the other night?
Thursday night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was on there for most of it, I think.
I thought it was interesting.
With Alan. Yeah, with Alan. Yeah, I was on there all night.
From Advan Black. Yep.
Hell, Friday night, I got an Instagram notification that Mrs. Advan Black was following me on Instagram. So, like, well, that's not a bad thing to happen.
Yeah. I thought it was very interesting. Excuse me. And I've got to think there's probably something going on that they just weren't going to talk about, but they were pushing hard on, well, you can start at the back and you can change the color of your bike up until the front fairing.
Front fairing, and if you have an Ultra, the lowers.
The lowers, which, whatever.
But yeah, Drew, that's what they wanted me to do.
Yeah. Hey, Duke's on. Holy shit.
Yeah, we're up to a whole 3 people watching. Nice. I don't know if it's counting you or not.
Well, I might have to take a pause because I've had enough cocktails. I got to make some room for another one. Get Droop.
Go ahead.
Get Droop to come on here.
I'm getting ready to drop the link again. There's a link for anybody that wants to join. Oh. Well, what do you have in there, HD? Did you get enough for the rest of us? Holy shit, we're up to 5 people. Howdy, Ken. What part of Wisconsin? Damn it, Droop. I mean, I guess when you got wood-fired internet. What's up, gliding? $60 miles north of Milwaukee. Been through there. I really need to make another trip to Wisconsin. Need to get some more beer. Moose Jaw and New Garlis.
New Glarus, you bet.
Yeah.
Did I hear Ken say 60 miles north of Milwaukee?
Yep.
So that's got to be up in that Sheboygan Falls area? I think. Close. I grew up in Wisconsin.
I just love the Wisconsin area. Haven't been up there for I got sent there the first time for a military school, and I went, well, this kind of sucks. And the longer I stayed there, I'm like, no, this is kind of where I want to be at.
There's some beautiful, beautiful riding if you go kind of the southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois border, and then if you get over into southwest Wisconsin, which is where I grew up, that's the what do they call it? The glaciers didn't come through there.
Yeah.
So it's natural, and I mean just the river road. That's another ride that it's on my bucket list.
Oh, the Illinois River Road,
the Mississippi River Road. I want to start in Minnesota and ride it down to the Gulf.
Yeah, I've been up there around about the origin of the Mississippi for military training. You know, it was narrow enough that you could actually throw a baseball over it. I mean, it wasn't all the way that far north, but you could throw a baseball across the Mississippi where I was at.
So I actually got to meet the farmer that owns a piece of ground. I can say I literally stepped across the Mississippi. In his field is the origination. They have a placard, or what do they call it? A geo marker that identifies that spot in his field. He cannot till through it. He has to till around it. And it's part of my previous employment or previous company I was with. You know, we were out there, and so I can say honestly, I stepped across the Mississippi. It was like 1.5 feet wide. All right,
nice.
You're in the middle of a cornfield. Yeah, cool. You know, it's really interesting. One thing that I've really enjoyed is you learn more and more about some of the YouTubers, is when you can get multiple YouTubers together for a ride.
Yeah. Then you get more and more people show up.
Well, but you know, it just what do you want to call it? The synergy, you know, and
yeah, the ambiance, the whatever the hell you want to call it, the atmosphere.
Yeah, you know, it was fun getting out there, and you know, I met Angie and Sonny and Amy a year ago when they were coming back from Sturgis. They stayed in Cedar Falls that night, and that was like
I remember that video. Actually, I think that video came out in January.
Well, it was like 2 days after my surgery, so I'm hobbling around literally.
Yeah.
Like I was not supposed to leave the house at all. And I'm like, oh, hell, I'm not sitting here. You know, I'm going. And that's where I met Tom, who lives in the same city I live in. And hell, he and I ended up, you know, riding out to Lincoln together, and we've become good friends.
Yeah.
And it was all because of that connection. Well, you know, we get out to Lincoln, and granted, we haven't seen, you know, Sunday and Angie for a year, but it was just like old hat. And
yeah, I didn't get the chance to meet them while I was out there in Sturgis because they were busy doing all the poker run and all the event or the press stuff, really.
yeah.
And I wasn't going to pay to go on that Legends ride or that Legends lunch or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be great to meet people like Daryl Waltrip or somebody like that, but I'm not paying $1,200 to spend more money on gas to go for a ride.
I agree. But
I mean,
to me,
I'll kick $50 to the local club to go on one of their poker runs or something, but I'm not $1,200. No, that's I did Sturgis on a budget, a very low budget.
And you can go to the same bar they go to. They put their pants on one leg at a time and have a beer with them, and I don't have to pay $1,200 if I'm in the right spot at the right time. I agree. I don't mind donating, for a good cause, what you can afford, but $1,200 just to, nah, I'm sorry, no. But it was interesting. So like we've been on all these live streams together. Tacos are life. Great guy.
You didn't know he was right around the corner?
Finally got to meet him, and Jerry and Neil, the River Bluff Bikers guys, and just it wasn't a lot. I think there was probably 10 or 11, 10 YouTubers that showed up, and so we all had a chance to interact. But the connections you make, to me, that's the fun part.
Yeah.
And now we're already planning, Jerry's already messaged me and think, hey, we need to do this. And they want to get up to Poopies and Iron Horse and Psycho Silo. And I was describing that part of the ride to them, which for them isn't overly far. They can be there in 3+ hours, 3.5 hours, something like that.
Are they that far north? I thought they were closer to Eureka Springs.
Northeast Kansas.
Oh, okay.
So
just
the way,
I don't know why I thought they were closer to. Maybe it was just because that was the first place I seen them was at the Switchback Bar when they did the world record poker run stop there. That was the first time I'd heard of them was at that point.
Yeah. Well, I know they were only 2.5 hours from Lincoln because there was some weather coming in, and they wanted to hit. After we did the hospital thing for Kale, they were going to head out, and it was like 2.5 hours home for them. So, but the idea that we can get together and do some kind of a ride and you just have those. Okay, you and I've talked how many times, but to actually
on live stream it's always Scouse's live stream, it seems like. But he's the only person that just kind of throws it up there for anybody to join that has any kind of following.
And most of them are really fun. I've noticed, you get too many chickens in the hen house, it gets a little confusing. Everybody, it's hard to follow. About 6, I think, is a good number. If you're going to get, others in, you get more than that. It just.
I mean, Droop's big 8-hour show, there was 8 or 10 of us in there at one point. I'm like, everybody's trying to talk over each other.
Need like a little button, hit the button so you can, okay, my turn to talk thing or something.
Yeah, you about need to raise your hand. Can I go now?
Yeah. No, it's just to me, it's fun when the idea of getting together with others that you see all the time on YouTube.
Hey, DDK, I had my shower today. That covers me for the rest of the month. We're good, okay?
Hey, my wife's out of town for the weekend, so I don't have to take a shower no matter what.
My wife's just in the bedroom, but that doesn't mean nothing.
So I'm trying something new. This is Crown Peach and Ginger Ale.
I like I haven't done the Crown Peach. I've got a bottle of it sitting in the freezer. It's for the wife to mix with tea. It's also got a Crown of vanilla in there, but I like the Crown Apple and Dr. Pepper.
I would not recommend this if you want to stay sober.
Holy shit, Brian the Biker's in here. And Corey,
Dude, you're
DDK.
famous.
I know,
You're
right?
big time. You're big time.
Robert. Robert, I would try to pronounce your name, your last name, but that I'd butcher it. So,
Well, hell, you got Corey in here.
oh yeah, we're getting quite the group. We got 12 people now. Holy crap!
Hell yeah.
That's more than what
Well,
watch most of my videos. So,
I should probably jump off and let you get somebody famous on here instead of idiot like me.
well, hell, anybody can join. I keep posting the link, so I think the only. Hold on one second. Sorry, kid. I'm sorry, buddy.
Well, you got Dallas on here. You got Corey, you got Bry, you got Droop, you got HD.
Oh, we're just almost famous
Damn.
here. 14 people on. Oh hell. Let's see. How's it going, Dallas? Who else did I miss? I got Bry, HD, James. James Galino? I hope I pronounced that right. Got quite the crowd in here.
Nice. Well, I wonder if Droop and Brian, those guys cooled off after their ride last weekend in the 98-degree oven.
Yeah, I've been to New Jersey, but it was in the wintertime and it fucking sucked. So I didn't lose anything there. I really don't want to go back, but I guess that the BJBYMSO is going to be there. I'll have to go.
I'm half tempted, seriously, half tempted. If Bert and George get something lined up next year, I'm going to throw the bike in the toy hauler and show up.
Make a weekend out of it at least, or a long weekend.
Make a long weekend out of it, show up in Bert's driveway. I said, where do I park this damn thing? And he'll look at me like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Well, it'll be yours and Monkey's toy hauler sitting there, so.
Well, hell,
At that point, you might as well just take the doors off and back them into each other and call it good.
Dude,
take the rear door off.
I can get 2 bikes in the damn thing, so I can just swing a little bit south, pick you up, throw your bike in it. We'll head back up a little bit north and east, and we're good to go.
According to Dallas, the BJBYMSO will be in Tennessee, which that works for me. But I mean, I haven't ridden my bike in Tennessee yet, so. And that's another one of my goals is I want to ride in all 50 states. That's before I die. That's a bucket list. Hit all 50.
That's a good list to have. I like that.
I mean, my bike, I want to do the lower 48 and then maybe fly to Alaska and rent a bike and fly to Hawaii because, I mean, I can't ride my bike all the way to Hawaii. So, and I don't want to ship it because then I'm without it here for a month on each end of it.
So technically, I have a question.
I have an answer. Right, wrong, or smart ass, but I'll have an answer.
So I was in Hawaii for work a number of years ago. I took it for the team, right? And I did rent a bike, and we were on Oahu, and so I the Kamehameha highway around, you start one spot, end up the same spot an hour later. But at the time, I did not own a bike. So does that count as having officially ridden in that state, or do you have to first own a bike before
you've ridden in
ride
that state? You've rode a motorcycle in that state.
Okay, just clarification. Just
that's the way I feel. I mean, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not shipping my bike out there. For one, that'd be $10,000 to ship it out there and back.
No shit.
And then I'm without it for a month on each end of it. I like having my bike. Yeah. There's a reason I bought my bike instead of just renting one every time I want to ride.
See, that's why you have to have a spare, buddy. That's why you have to have a spare.
I mean, I've got that Dyna in the garage. So, I mean, it's not mine, but I had mine torn apart doing the handlebars on it, and we had a drawing for the VFW, and I was like, I don't want to drive the car up there because I know it's going to be packed. So I just jumped on my buddy's bike and rode it up there, and he walked in and goes, that's my bike out there, right? I'm like, yeah. He goes, fuck, I haven't rode it for 3 years, so he doesn't ride very much. He owns his own business, being an electrician, so he's constantly busy.
That's one thing I could never understand. People, they buy bike, and a lot of times they're really nice bikes. And I had a good friend of mine here in town. He's a Navy veteran, been on the fire department for 13, 14 years. He found a 2019 Road Glide, all blacked out, 900 miles. It's like, well, why are you buying a bike if you're not going to ride it? I mean, at that point, 900 miles, it had never had an oil change. It was still on the factory oil. I'm like, God, that's kind of a waste.
Oh, no, hold on. See how many miles this one has. It's just like my bike. I mean, it's the same color, blacked out. See if they tell me how many miles it had. Because it's sitting at the dealership now. I'm like, oh, it's got 2,100 miles on it, so I'm kind of surprised somebody traded it off already. But yeah, it's just like my bike, and I was like, because they've got it listed for $31,000. I'm like, fuck, I didn't pay that for mine, and I can't ride right now, so it's almost tempting to sell it. I mean, I think I paid $30 for it, so it's almost tempting to sell mine private sale. You locked up on me.
You can make good money selling it, but then you got to buy something to replace it.
And I got to wait because I'll buy another new bike. But I'm not a big fan of, an overly huge fan of any of the colors now for the 2022s.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I like the blue and black, the blue version of my bike, but I'm a red. Red's always been my favorite color. I could do a white, but I'd rather have, because honestly, I've got a white Durango that I bought after Christmas because, my Explorer met Bambi's mom.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. Christmas Day. Doe plowed right inside of my Explorer I had. And my wife wanted a white Durango blacked out. Well, I couldn't find blacked out. I also couldn't find a Hemi that I liked, so I settled with a V6 white with chrome accents, or at least brushed aluminum for the wheels. And I went, yeah, this would look better blacked out. And I think a white truck blacked out would look pretty good set beside it. So now I'm on the hunt for a white truck to trade off her van on at some point. Because I'd rather have a truck. I'd rather have a truck, but I could not find one in the price range I needed to be in. And that I wanted. And I'm a Dodge guy, so Have been since I started driving. My first truck I owned.
My wife wanted a white vehicle. She got a white vehicle, and she'll never have another white vehicle. And the best part about it is that was her decision, not mine.
I like white. It's better than black, in my opinion. Black shows more dirt.
Yeah. Any flaws, black sticks out. Yeah.
But yet, black is the cheapest color that Harley makes, and I don't understand that.
So that was part of the reason when I bought my second one. I bought it new. It was actually it's a 2019 model year, but I bought it new in September of 2020.
Holy crap! And was it a dealer demo or something?
No, it was. I wanted the Electric Glide Standard because I knew what I wanted to do with it.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was Electric Glide Standard.
All right, so all my friends, they build, competition stereo bikes. They build big wheels. Those are all my buddies that I hang out with. So I know how it all goes together. I didn't want the Harley boombox. That's $1,250 at the time, or whatever they charge you for it. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want their speakers. And so it was worked out. The dealer, there were two of them in the state of Iowa. The day I decided I'm going to buy a new bike. And so I called them. I said, all right, what do you give me for price? They're like, you come up here, we'll make you a deal. I was like, listen, sunshine, I'm not driving 2.5, 3 hours to get up there and then get screwed. He's like, no, you come up here, you're going to take this thing home. All right. He was right. I took it home. I stole that bike. Stole it. And other than the fact it's black, but at the same time, like you said, you can order so many of the add-ons that I knew I wanted. I knew exactly what I wanted. And it's so much more cost effective. And I have kept every receipt, everything I've ever spent on it. I got way less money into something that is what I wanted it to be than anybody who's walked in the dealership and driven off with a special.
Yeah. If they would have made a Road Glide Standard, I probably would have went that route and did my own stereo.
I honestly thought at one point when they came back with the Electric Glide Standard that they would have brought out a Road Glide Standard. And I'm really shocked. I'm disappointed that they haven't. Because I think that would
but sell then like again, their Road Glide is outselling the Street Glide in the bigger areas now, I think. At least it was. Local dealers, they sell more Road Glides than they do Street Glides. So,
and I like the Road Glide for my stature. The problem is it puts everything just too far forward for me. So, all my buddies, they all run Road Glides, and I've got to let go and reach forward to be able to, be able to hit the infotainment center on their bikes.
That doesn't really bother me. I mean, everything's at the tip of my finger, so literally because it's on it's on the thumb controls.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. If you get it set up right, you program it to what you want. You can do everything from the thumb controls. But yeah, it's just kind of comical when I look at. I know what I've got in mind.
Yeah.
Look at what some people are walking out the door with. I'm like, really?
Yeah, I know I spent too much on mine, but honestly, whenever I got back from Sturgis, my clutch was slipping. Actually, when I was out in Sturgis, my clutch was slipping. I needed new brakes. I needed new tires by the time I got home, both front and rear. And I was smelling burning oil. So it was one of those things where, yeah, I can go ahead and do the clutch. I can do the brakes. I can put new tires on it. And I'm going to do it all myself. I'm still going to be out $1,000 in parts. Fuck it. Might as well. And I had the wife convinced before I left. I just could not find the bike that I wanted because I wanted that red and black. I that red and black was just
What's up, guys?
the first time, and I had to have it. What's going on, HD?
What's up, guys?
Hey, how you doing there, HD?
Well, I figured, there's nobody else is jumping on, and I'm a nobody. Hell, I'll just jump on for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Until the real cool people get on here. You know what I'm saying? Like
we are the
Droop and Bry and all them other guys. You know what I'm saying?
I can't compete with the big dogs, but I'm proud to be a member of the Nobody Club.
Hey, I'm not quite the president of the Nobody Club because then people would know my name. So,
but yeah, going back to what you guys were saying earlier, is it seems like everybody's doing a live stream now too. It's hard to watch everybody, It is hard. That's what I was like. I said to myself one time, I was like, man, too bad somebody doesn't do a live stream on Saturday. That's what made Droop so good. Now, I didn't know he was going to go for 8 hours. I don't even think he busted. Were you on at the start of that? Or
I
come in later.
I think I came in like a half hour into it, and I left about an hour before he actually quit.
Was it that? I don't even remember. I mean, it was so early in the morning. I was like, I couldn't even tell you what time he stopped. But
I finally went to bed. I went, and my wife was asleep, so it didn't really do me any good to go to bed. So,
yeah.
But I mean, I needed to actually sleep at some point.
Yeah. I mean, it was the funny thing was, Busted in Iowa, is he started off the live stream. Yeah, I'm just going to be on here for 45 minutes or an hour or whatnot. And then all these people started joining in. And I think I may have said it in the chat to Drew.
Holy shit, Chris Phoenix is here.
I was like, I think I said it in the chat to Drew. Hey, bro, I don't think this is going to be 45 minutes. You're going to be on here for a little bit longer than that. But, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go where were you going to say?
No. Isn't it interesting how we can get on these live chats like this and we can talk like we've known each other for years. Mm-hmm. Reality is, we've never shook hands. And like Scoose was alluding to, and we've kind of messaged each other back and forth. Mm-hmm. This Sturgis thing is going to get way out of control. I'm banking I'm going to have to bail him and Marine Rider out of jail at some point. What
do you say? I barely remember anything from that night except it was only supposed to be an hour or two. Very true, Drew. But no, and also too, what you guys were talking about earlier is, with page. I mean, there's so many different ways now you can support a creator. Whether it's Patreon or YouTube Join or whatever. It's like, who do you support? I mean, who do you support? Because it's just there's just so many of them, and you like them all the same way. Like the first person I really remember. I mean, obviously there could be others. The first one I really remember doing it was Ryan Erlacher from lawabidingbiker.com. He's the first one that really started the Patreon.
The thing that gets me about his videos is some of them, the only thing you can watch is, hey, you can watch a 20-minute preview of me advertising this video. Yeah. And the only thing I'm going to say is join my Patreon so you can see this video. Yeah, that irritates the crap out of me because I'm not paying to watch. There's somebody else doing it for free.
Yeah. Well, but I think at the time,
I love his stuff. His stuff is very detailed.
Is awesome.
But I'm not.
The Canada trip that he did, God, how many years ago was it now? 5-6 years ago now? Oh, that was just 4, whatever it was. I don't remember. I mean, that was just riding through Glacier National Park. I'm like, God damn it. Why the hell do I got to live in Texas? I can't, I just can't get the time off from work to go do something like that. But hey, I get to ride year round. So it's not like I have thing to gripe about, you know.
I mean, I can ride you around, but part of it's going to be in the snow and the sleet.
Yeah,
and
you
the
can
hail.
have that shit, okay, bro? You can have that shit.
I have yet to find snow tires for a Harley Davidson. I remember growing up, you used to have snow tires for your car, but I did not find snow tires for a Harley. I don't know why. It's an odd thing.
There was a guy that I worked with. It was before I got there, but him and his wife only had one car, and they worked opposite shifts because we worked 12-hour shifts. She worked days, he worked nights. Well, it was perfect at one point because he would drive the car in, and then she'd take it home, and she'd drive the car back in, and then he'd take it home. It worked out perfect. But something happened. They got off on shifts or something where he had to be there a couple hours later or whatever. So as he decided to ride the bike in, he was riding the bike in the snow. I mean, he was literally skiing. Might as well have been skiing with his feet running down the road because that was the only way he was staying up. He's also a bit of an idiot, though, because he had a damn hypercharger on his bike, and the sumbitch is pointed straight in the air. What the hell is the point in that? I looked at his bike. I seen the house wiring nuts. I seen those on his bike. He got a new petcock put on his bike, and apparently it was a little bit shorter. So whenever he ran out of fuel, he switched it over to reserve. And then he still ran out of gas because he drove past the gas station. He's like, oh, I got enough to get back to the gas station after work. Nope, he was pushing it into the parking lot because it died about 30 feet past the gas station pretty well.
Nice.
So
okay, to
answer.
Very good. Sorry, go ahead. I was just going to answer somebody's question. I thought I saw. Is HGAV Traveler really moose? This moose, amateur moose, lives in Texas. So they're thinking, no, I'm not amateur moose. Sorry. No, I'm not. So if that's what you're asking, sorry. No, I'm not moose. And I will say that dude is funny. I would love to meet him just to be around him for a little bit because he would be hilariously funny to be around. He would be.
Hey, Chris Phoenix and Corey, yes, I support single moms too. Don't tell my wife though.
Is she watching?
Probably not.
Okay, good.
She doesn't have anything to do with motorcycles. She doesn't even ride on the back of mine.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I know you asked me earlier what I was having for dinner, and I said boring food. Well, hey, I'm just going to be ultra boring right now. I'm just drinking water. Sorry.
Oh dear God. At least I'm
look. I did a ride today.
Colorado water, okay?
I did a freaking ride today at a freaking over 100 degrees. Okay, so hey, when you live in Texas, you got to do stuff like that. So,
but it's a dry heat, right?
I know where I live. Right? Where I live, it can get pretty humid. Where I live, so.
I've never known Texas to be a dry heat. It's just damn hot.
It's just hot. That's all it is. It's just, and you just ride through it. That's all.
If it makes you feel any better, I rode today, but I had to put my sweatshirt on because it was 71.
Well, hey, Iowa Hog Rider, I'll say the same thing to you that I said to HGR, the Harley Day Rider, in one of his streams. Hey, bro, I'm from Southern Texas, bro. What's a snowblower, bro? I don't know what that is. No, I know what a snowblower is. I know what it is.
Damn it, Bri.
Because Monday, tomorrow it's supposed to be 88, and I think Monday it's supposed to be 91 here.
I mean, so I will say, when I was watching the Baggers and Brews, like I watched George's video last night, and they said it was 97 degrees in New Jersey, and I know Brian's in here. I was like, damn, that's hot for New Jersey. Hey, that's really hot for New Jersey. I didn't think it would get that hot in New Jersey this time of year. And I'm just like, dang. I hope.
Did you see the sweat rolling up George's forehead in that video?
Oh yeah, it was funny.
And
hey,
guys,
bro,
I mean,
welcome to my
holy
world.
shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm guessing George could sweat like that if it was 60 out though.
Yeah.
But
Sweating all that beer. Yeah,
He's
I can see
sweating all that
that.
beer off is what he's doing. That's funny. Yes, he did. He
Nuts
did
in
look
here?
rough. Yes, he did.
Oh, what's up, Dead Knot?
But
what's that? You kind of broke up.
I said, what's up, Dead Knot?
Or did I? Oh, I've just.
Oh.
I didn't realize Dead Knot made it in here.
Yeah, that's all.
I'm bad about looking at the side chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm horrible.
Well, I mean, look, you're
That's
not
right.
doing
Droop was up there.
Droop's in here.
Yeah, Droop's been in here for a little
was
bit.
up at their ride.
Yeah, Droop was
up
there.
Yeah, Droop.
He just said it was 90 degrees plus at 10 a.m. Damn. Especially if you're not used to that. Yeah, if you ain't used to that.
Man.
Yeah. Like, I mean, for me, I think I would be okay because I live in
What's going on, Chad?
Where it's hot this time of year anyway, Like people have asked me here recently, am I going to go to the Republic of Texas rally, which is close to where I live? And I said, no, I'm not. I'm not going to sit out there. I'm not going to go out there 90 something degrees. No, I'm not going to do that. Now I'll go to the Lone Star rally, which is in Galveston, but that's in November when it's not as hot.
Yeah.
So,
I like that comment. It's like riding through a hair dryer.
It is, yeah.
You should try being the gunner on top of a Humvee in Iraq.
I
So
wouldn't want to do that either.
actually,
that wasn't fun for you either.
even though we were right next to the Tigris River is where our fob was. It was within 4 or 5 blocks. It really wasn't that bad. 130 felt like 100 here in Illinois. So, because at 100 here in Illinois, you're at 100% humidity almost all the time. So,
oh, shit. Sorry, I'm laughing because I just saw Dallas's comment. Oh, God, that's funny. That's awesome.
Chubby wearing a white leather jumpsuit.
That's funny. That's funny.
but yeah, I spent a year in Iraq as a gunner on top of a Humvee.
Yeah.
For there was a little bit of time where we didn't do shit as far as my platoon because I ran Tier 1 PSD, which is the Iraqi government, and the guy that we were supposed to be guarding didn't want us.
Oh, well, hey, I'd just say thanks, bro. Appreciate it. So,
Chad, I am in Southern Illinois, south of I-70.
Oh, well, wow, you're getting up to 25%.
25%? What?
25%.
I only see 12 viewers.
No. He's talking about how much of his video is now uploaded to YouTube or something like that.
Oh, okay.
That's what he's talking about.
Okay, I see that now.
Hey, busted. It's that Dollar General freaking internet. You know what I'm saying? It's that Dollar General. Droop, I like you, buddy. I'm sorry. It was just so funny. The first time he said it was all of us were like, "What did he just say? What did he just say?"
Is it just?
Like, I don't know the Dollar General. I mean, I'm sorry.
Hey, Droop, I thought your jump shoot was more rainbow.
I thought that was hilarious because so many people had no idea what Dollar General was. Nice. It's like you can't turn around the corner without tripping over a Dollar General around here, and people are like, "What the hell is that?"
I mean, you can't go. There's not a single town around me that doesn't have a Dollar General or Dollar General, as some people call them.
That's the funny thing is now that we've all of us in different live streams have said Dollar General, so now every time we pass one, that's what we're gonna think about.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's the Dollar General. Oh wait a minute, it's the Dollar General. Oh shit.
I mean, there's one just down the road from me. There's in every little town around me, there is one. Less than 500 people. There's a damn Dollar General in that town now.
Mm-hmm.
If Dollar General ever goes public, I'm buying stock in that place.
Okay, I do have a question since I'm not a creator and I don't post videos. Is there a difference between download speed? I think HDR talked about
download and upload speed? Yes.
A download speed and an upload speed, right? Because I don't know if that's Droop. I don't know what Droop's upload speed would be.
Well, his wired internet is just a tad bit slow. He's talking about adding propane to it and a turbo to speed it up a little bit.
We'll see what happens with that. Yeah.
But it's honestly, I lived in a place where the only thing I could get was New Wave or basically the direct TV of internet, and holy shit, that sucked. I mean, that was horrible.
I have AT&T internet, so and it works pretty good, for the most part.
So I've actually been looking into the Starlink internet for campers, for RVs. And
I know what Starlink is, obviously. How do you not?
And if it works as well as I've heard people talk about for your, if you're in your RV camping, hell, just keep it at home. I don't need two.
Mm-hmm.
What we have here is 5 gigabyte or 5G. It's great when it works, but when the kids get home from school and all the kids get online, my internet goes to shit.
Yeah,
it just stops.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine from back where I grew up, they live out in the farm, out in the boonies, and they got the Starlink, and they love it. But they don't have the Starlink that you can move. You have to leave it sit there, and I forget how many days it takes to lock into all their satellites and all that fun stuff. But now I see they've come out with a mobile version, I guess, is for lack of a better term. If you're
hey, Droop, are you dissing my beer? I mean, I'll mute you.
Some people call that Rocky Mountain horse piss too. I'm just saying. Some people.
It's called Silver Bullet. I used to drink Coors Original.
Mm-hmm.
That shit tore me up.
Mm-hmm.
I still drink it from time to time going over to Buddy's house, but I just quit buying it for here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Iowa Hog Rider, you're in charge. I gotta go piss.
Oh, damn, make it quick, because I was about to do the same thing. Damn.
So
how's the weather been down there, HD?
It's hot. I'm not gonna lie, it's hot. Just 90s, upper 90s, getting into 100 almost every day. So, I mean, I try whenever I go for rides, I try to get going like 7. Like today, I watched Coffee with HDR, and then I went riding. And I'm usually done by like 1, 2 o'clock, maybe 3 at the latest, because it just gets so hot you don't want to be on the bike. But you have the heat coming up from the ground, the heat coming off the bike, all that stuff, and it's just. And I wear a full face modular helmet, so. So I mean, and hey, maybe I'm not that smart, so, but hey.
Now, are you required to wear a helmet in Texas?
In Texas, I'm not sure. I think I'm sorry, I don't look that, because I've been asked that by other people, in a live stream or whatever. I really couldn't tell you because I didn't look it up, as I just wear a helmet. I want to wear a helmet. So I just don't look it up. I mean, I think from what I remember, it was like you have to have so much bodily insurance or something, something like that, whatever it is, it's not a lot, but you got to have that to where if something happens to you, you can take care of it or something like that, and that's part of your insurance policy or something like that.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
I just never looked at it because I wear a helmet anyway. So that's just what
That's I hardly. About the only time I ever wear a helmet is if it's cold or raining. I'll wear my modular. And last weekend, a friend of mine and we rode out to the Great Plains Motor Meet up there in Omaha. We got into rush hour traffic in Omaha, and he pulls up next to me. He's going like this. I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, we got to have a helmet on. I'm like, well, we're kind of screwed here because there's nowhere to pull over in rush hour traffic in Omaha. And sure enough, the next day we went to the moto meetup. Great day, beautiful day. I was cooking my ass off. I'm just not used to wearing that helmet. And, I know once you get used to them, you don't think twice about it. But oh god, that was killing me.
I'm sorry, I stand corrected. He's here. Amateur Moose is here. So see, Amateur Moose and I are two different people. Okay, just because we live in the state of Texas, just because we live in Texas doesn't mean we're the same people. Okay, here he is, right here. Like I said, I see what he says. No, in Texas, yada yada yada. I didn't know because I don't. I always wear a helmet, so I just don't look it up. So
Now, Iowa and Illinois are the only two states that do not have any kind of helmet law whatsoever. Everything else is based,
Wisconsin does not have a helmet.
According to everything I've seen, they have either an age or an insurance.
You are correct. If you're under 18, you have to have a helmet. If you're over 18, you do not.
But I don't think. Well, in Illinois, there is no helmet law. Period. I could put my 7-year-old on my bike and don't have to worry about a helmet. If I put my 7-year-old on my bike, my 7-year-old's wearing a helmet.
I have a question. Why do they even bother putting up speed limit signs in Illinois?
They're pointless.
Because there ain't a damn person that pays any attention to them. If you ever driven through Illinois, or you're even in Iowa or Nebraska, and somebody smokes past you when you're doing 90, I guarantee it's probably got an Illinois license plate on
it. Guilty.
Yeah.
I mean, my whole way through Iowa, Minnesota, and North Dakota or South Dakota, when I was cruising to Sturgis, it was set at 90. The cruise was set at 90.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, I'd just go ahead and rack it on back, and I'd cruise up to 120 and then leave it there for a second or a minute and let out of it. I also made that trip in 17 hours. So 1,200-ish miles in 17 hours. So average speed is 70 miles an hour. That's cruising. That's cruising because that's counting your stops and everything. I even had to stop and take a shit at one point. So.
All right, back shortly.
All right. Anybody else want to join in?
Yeah, join in. Anybody want to join in?
I mean, there's only the three of us on here, so I think we kind of need that Chris Phoenix guy to show up. Or Amateur Moose.
Yeah, Amateur Moose. Yeah, get in here, Amateur Moose. Come on.
He won't show. He's never shown his face as far as I know.
He hasn't. No, not that I know of.
This could be the place where you reveal, Moose. You can make me more famous.
Yes.
I mean, I've got a whole 12 people in here.
I mean, hey, Busted, this is like when you get Moose to show his face on here, that is like bigger than like Blockhead showing his face, okay? That would be bigger than that, okay? Or Anonymous Biker USA. Anonymous Biker doesn't show his face either.
Nope.
So, I mean, hell, I mean, this is bigger than that. That's how big of a deal that would be, bro, to have that happen.
I mean, I would love to do run down there and meet Blockhead and do a face reveal. I've only got 200 and some subscribers. Do a face reveal of Blockhead.
Oh man,
the 2 days before, I'd do it with his permission. I wouldn't be an asshole.
Oh yeah.
You know, because I'm just gonna be like, dude, I have 200 some subscribers.
No,
This would push me up to 500 at least.
Yeah.
So an extra 250 people are gonna see your face before you actually reveal it. But then again, he's doing it. He's decided he's going to do it for charity. So,
is he going to reveal his face? Is he?
It's going to happen this year. He's going to do it for charity.
Oh, okay.
That's what he said at the beginning of the year. So, I mean, that may have changed by now,
but didn't this was, I think this was before he was doing YouTube and what he's doing now full time. Because he was doing other things that he didn't want to say, and I understand it's all good, and I don't care what he was doing, but he just said, "Hey, look, the reason I don't show my face is because of this other stuff that I do outside of YouTube." And I was like, "No, that's fine. I mean, hey, look, you're
well, he also, whenever he first started doing YouTube, some of the stuff he was doing wasn't exactly legal. So, because I mean, he was riding Groms doing wheelies down the interstate and shit. I'm like,
oh, really?
That's not legal. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched. I'm one of those. I'm more. It's not that I don't. It's not that I don't like him or anything. I mean, I just don't like a lot of his stuff.
Well, damn you, Drew.
What happened? I have a contract with this. If he ever does a face reveal, it must be on my. What? Come on, man. Drew, don't do that Don't do that to Busted, man. Come on.
Hold on, I gotta go let the dog in.
Oh.
I'm not muting it this time, so.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you hear me telling somebody to set it, I'm talking to the dog. Oh, hell. Come on. Sorry about this, guys. Mom. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Damn dogs.
Yeah, that's why I don't have one.
I love my dogs.
Yeah, I do. I will say this, Busted. I do miss having a dog, but when you want to go on a trip, you want to go, whether it's either motorcycle or a plane trip somewhere. I got to do something. You got to find somewhere for the dog and all this stuff, and I just don't want to. And plus, between the gym and work, I'm gone pretty much all day.
Yeah.
Compared to the dog, it's just unfair.
Well, I work night shift whenever I am working. I haven't worked for a month now, but and the wife works days, so it works out pretty good for us. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yes, Chris Penis, you can come on from a phone.
Yeah, you can come on from a phone. Although I will say though, I tried to join. I was talking with 2 other guys on Instagram. No, I wasn't terrified. Sorry. But that is funny, Drew. But yeah, it's like I said, between my work schedule and trying to get, like I talked about with you on Droop's 8-hour marathon stream. I'm trying to get in better shape. Hence why I'm drinking water.
Yeah.
That's one of the other reasons too. So that way I can, fly by myself to come see you, Droop. Baggers. I would love to have gone to the Baggers. I mean, I don't care if I fly and I do the ride from my rental car. I don't care. At least I'm there. I'm there.
Hell, that's what Dallas was thinking about.
What's that?
So that's what Dallas was thinking about doing. Was flying in and
that's exactly what
either renting a car or renting a bike.
Yeah. you know, like I think I talked about this with Motor Noggin and Marine Rider on Tuesday, was it? I can't remember now. And we even said, you know, why doesn't, you know, I think I posed the question, you know, it's too bad Eagle Rider can't put a rental place by every major airport in an American city.
Yeah.
The problem
what,
is,
Dallas? Did I miss you trying to get in?
He tried to go. He wanted to go, is what he's talking about.
Oh.
He tried to go. Yeah, I bet it was because it was.
Holy shit! Minute. Yeah, I can understand passing that up.
Well, and also because he's booking it so late, you got to book that stuff. Busted, when I do a plane trip, you know, it's months in advance. Months in advance. Booking.
Oh hell, I haven't flown on a plane. I haven't flown on a plane since I didn't have a license in 2007, 2008. Because I met my wife in 2007. But my last legal day of driving for an entire year, and she stayed with me. So.
Dallas is real bad biker. He doesn't ride. He couldn't. Moose, sorry, I'm reading Moose's comment, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking on to.
God, Brian, they just love to hate on you, man. They just hating on you. Oh man, but no, like I said, I would. I mean, I've talked about this with you before. Is that, you know, look, if I gotta fly and then rent a car and just follow y'all in my car, I don't care. I'm not at work. Yeah. I'm on vacation, and I'm seeing a different part of the country. I'm good. You know, I'm good. You know.
All right, Kelso. The hell was that? Someone's got a little bit of an echo.
Is it me?
Yeah, I think it has to be you because Iowa Hogwire is muted.
Iowa Hogwire is muted. I have no idea. As I have the YouTube muted.
Okay, well, it may just be your speakers then.
And I'm just on a laptop. You know, I'm just on a laptop.
I mean, I'm on a laptop too, but I just got my headphones in.
Yeah, I have Bluetooth to my phone. I just don't have Bluetooth to this computer that I'm on. Is it still echoing? I don't hear it.
Just whenever I talk, so.
Okay.
It can't be me because I don't have YouTube open. I mean, I do, but I don't have anything going.
Yeah, I have it muted.
There we go. See, maybe it was Iowa Hog Rider. Maybe his shit was giving feedback somehow.
Is it doing it now?
No, I don't hear it on my voice anymore. So.
Okay. But
that's probably me.
We're gonna blame you whether it was your fault or not. You know,
you weren't here to defend yourself at the time, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, look, I'm sorry, Brian the biker. I love your stuff and everything, but it's like Brian, and like I'm not a part of this, but Brian gets freaking blamed for everything anyway. So hey, you know, that's just what happens.
So can we talk about Monkey actually finally buying the paid version of StreamYard after it's been over a year since he first went live? And, you know, he makes enough money off YouTube to actually pay for it. I just thought it was funny that he finally bought the paid version.
I'm sorry, I don't know. There's different levels of StreamYard. I mean, I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
But what do you get for paying the money?
Oh, you can do different stuff. You can put a background picture. You can do
okay.
This little StreamYard up here in the top right corner. Mm-hmm. You can change that to your logo.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You can do several things.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe that's what gets you up to 9 people you can get in, or 10 people.
How many people are in here now? I don't even look.
Just the 3. I mean, no, I mean as far as the
as far as how many people. But yeah, I do agree with what you guys said earlier on the Droops. I'm just gonna call it Droops Marathon stream. It was funny. It was, you know, like people would go like this.
Yep.
Like, hey, can I talk now? Can I say this?
I got a comment.
It was funny.
It's like kindergarten. You got to raise your hand. Or
something. Yeah. You feel like you're back in elementary school. No, bro, I get shanked for good reasons and no reasons. But everything is Moose's fault. Everybody hates Moose, especially.
We don't hate Moose.
Damn, we don't hate you, Moose.
I mean, we're not your friends, but
yeah,
we don't hate you.
I mean, Moose, you're a fellow Texan, man.
Oh,
I can't hate you. I can't hate on you. You're a fellow Texan. So we deal with the freaking heat.
Poor Moose and Bride just get berated to no end.
Well, it's Moose brings it on himself because he won't show his face. And I'm starting to think that picture that Dallas has, whenever he holds up his little sponsor card, that might be the real Moose.
Yeah,
it almost has to be.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. But so, Busted, what big city are you closest to? St. Louis?
Yeah, I'm about 2 hours from St. Louis.
Okay,
hour and a half, 2 hours.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah. Almost straight east. I mean,
excuse me. What'd you say? I coughed. Sorry.
Almost straight east of St. Louis.
Okay. So.
Yeah, I'm not that far at all.
Some people might say.
Actually, no, I am directly straight east of St. Louis. I never really looked at it before. I'm on US 50, so.
Okay. But no, man. I guess because even though like what you guys were talking about earlier, we've never met in person or shaken hands, but there is that part of it. It's like, damn, I wish that I had some vacation, man. I'd fly up there to come. I wish I had some vacation and I was thinner, which I'm working on, and to fly up there and hey, at least get you out of the house or something, man. You know what I'm saying?
I get out of the house from time to time, but I still can't ride. So
yeah, I was gonna say good. At least you're getting out of the house somewhat.
I mean, I went to the package store earlier, so. And last night I went to my 7-year-old's baseball game. Nice. And that's the most important thing, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I missed one because he has a game every Tuesday and Friday. I missed one Tuesday because I literally had surgery and came home and I was like not getting out of the chair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was one of those things where it's probably best if I just stay put. My wife stayed where she was at. We just had my cousin who has a kid on the same team. Luckily, take my boy because my boy stayed with her Monday night and took him to the game and picked him up from daycare and all that stuff. So it really worked out for us. Kids go to the same school for now.
Sorry, I was just reading another great comment from Moose. That's funny. Oh gosh.
It's gonna be a long week.
I love Moose. He's hilarious.
Oh, I do. I every time Moose joins the Baggers and Brews live stream, I'm like, oh yeah, this is going.
Honestly, I just want Moose to join in, even if it keeps his face hidden like an anonymous biker, because he's going to be that much quicker, and he's not going to second guess anything.
He's not going to. Yeah, it's just going to go. And he does. And look, and you don't have to worry about spell check and all this other shit. You can just say what you want. So
is that dude eating pork chops? What dude?
I'm guessing he's talking about a hog rider, because I'm not eating anything. What are you eating?
I mean, I've got a pork chop in a can, so.
Oh, we already know.
Moose, I don't give a shit. It's not like I'm monetized, so.
Yeah, we already know that you have no filter. We already know that, and that's why we like you. That's why we like you.
So Droop has seen your face, Moose.
Has Drew really seen your face, Moose? Where did he see your face at?
Was he out at the Baggers and Brews ride?
No, he wouldn't have went that far. I don't think.
No, I
don't think Moose actually rides. I mean, there's no evidence that he rides.
He may be like Brian, have a cardboard bike. Who knows? Damn, did I just?
He doesn't have a cardboard bike, as far as we know. I mean,
you know. Mm-hmm. Right. If I ever meet Brian the biker, man, he's gonna want to kill me after all this.
Is he still in here? Or did he go to bed?
He might have gone. Well, it's what? It's 11 o'clock where he is. You know.
Wasn't Brian the biker?
Probably the bikers asleep.
Baggers and Brews did on their ride last weekend. He like bailed early.
Well, he was. Yeah.
So he had to ride him home, and she didn't want to stay out very late, is what it was.
Well, and also, he said on the video, I'm complaining about the heat. It's just too hot. It's just too hot. So, hey, to each their own.
Bry's not a small guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how much he drinks, but it can't be as much as George and Bert. So,
but it's also, if you're, I mean, all kidding around aside, if you're not used to that heat like that, then yeah, you're going to probably have a problem.
He lives like less than an hour from George and Bert, so he has to be used to that heat.
You know, but hey, to each their own. You know, hey, I'm not hating on the guy. I can't hate. I've already.
Just depends.
What's that? What'd you say? Go ahead, Alan.
No, I was just gonna say it just depends if George is drinking the 4.5% beer or the 12% beer.
Well, George must have been. George was probably drinking that 12% by how he was sweating on that video. I was like, "Damn, man, you're sweating."
That was hilarious. That night they were doing that live stream, and he kept talking like he was drinking the high IPA kind, and then all of a sudden Bert looks at us like, "What the hell?" Oh, I thought that was funny or shit.
Mm-hmm. I stop by a dealership every now and then and snap a few shots for posts here and there. I've never ridden a bike, much less owned one. Those things are dangerous. Oh man. Shit. Oh man, that's funny.
That's funny.
Oh man, that's funny. That's awesome.
Oh hell!
No, I agree, Drew.
It's entertaining.
If he had been legitimately sick all week, yeah, that heat is not going to help him. Night, Robert Veering. Or Veering. Hopefully, I'm saying his name right.
That or that heat could have helped a shit ton and burn all that out of him. I mean, sweating out of sickness.
Mm-hmm.
I got friends that are diehard believers in it. They actually have a sauna in their house. And as soon as one of their kids coughs or sneezes, sauna, go. They'll send them to the sauna for 20 minutes and come out good as new. Because, they don't want to be sick themselves. So he's a helicopter mechanic and she's an accountant for the company that I work for. She's just at their corporate office.
Yeah, that would actually. Looking at Droop's note there, that would really suck though to be sick when it's 95+ degrees.
I can tell you it sucks.
Yeah,
I can tell you it sucks.
Not good.
It sucks.
Yeah,
I'm a freight driver. I work for a national freight company, but I work in the terminal in the city I live in. And yeah, it sucks when you're sick and it's it's 90 to 100 degrees. It is not fun to work in that heat. It's not fun.
Yep. I've always worked outside up until I started working in a factory 9 freaking years ago, which is, God, that's been a long time now that I think about it. But yeah, I've always worked outside or in a shop that didn't have air conditioning.
No, Corey, no. It's not Swift. I don't drive over the road. I'm home every night.
It's either UPS or FedEx or Amazon.
Okay, I'm not gonna say on here. Now, when we meet in person, I'll tell you. But I ain't gonna say on here. Sorry. I mean, look, it's not. Are they really gonna find out?
I don't blame you. I don't say who I work for.
I don't want to say. You know.
I will tell you that I work for a headlight manufacturer. That's all I'll tell you.
That's fine. Yeah, it's just like, going back to what we were talking about earlier with blockade. There's a reason I cover my face because of what I do, and I do this and all this. I mean, I can't remember. I don't even remember what he said. I mean, I really didn't care. But I was like, and that's why I don't. He goes, that's why I don't show my face. That's why I don't show my face. And I was like, no, okay. I mean, hey, it's your business, dude. It's your life, your business, bro. But it's all good.
Absolutely. But it's amazing how many companies actually track their employees' social media accounts.
There is
to me, I think
75 people in my building. I seriously doubt they worry about that. I mean, now they may scan through some of them to see if they're not posting videos at work, because I actually knew a couple of people that get fired for posting a video from work. Actually, one person got fired, one person got a write-up, and another person got a suspension. Because we work with conveyors. Well, they picked one kid up. He was he's probably 140 pounds. One of the gals picked him up and put him on the conveyor belt and sent him into one of the machines that coats the lenses, or into the booth, not into the machine, but into the booth where somebody else picked up the part. Not a big deal. And he got fired for riding on the belt because he didn't try to stop it. He got the write-up. The person that put him on the belt got the suspension, and the one filming it, the team leader, got fired. Is what it was. And the team leader shouldn't have posted the video anywhere, but somehow it got posted somewhere.
Well, I mean, he may not have actually posted it, but if he sends it to somebody, it's out. It's out of your control now.
Yep.
It's out of your control.
Best thing honest to God, the best thing I think I ever did career-wise was, so in my position, I have a company vehicle. I get to drive wherever, do my job. Company phone, company iPad. But I bought my own personal phone and my own personal iPad.
Yeah.
And on the weekends, I give 110%, but Friday afternoon, I shut them both off, set them on my desk. I'll turn them back on Monday morning. I do not do anything social media wise in any way, shape, or form with my name attached to it. And I know for a fact our company, right, wrong, or indifferent, they track it. They're marketing, they're big on, how many people watch or hits. No, they don't need to know what I'm doing on the weekend with my family or my friends.
It's none of their business.
I agree.
And that's where I live.
My profile picture is not of me. I took a picture in Kuwait in 2005. 2005. I took a picture of a flag that was hanging off of a Humvee antenna. And that has been my profile picture for the biggest part of the last 5 years. And the other one is that comes on around Veterans Day is, this is my Veterans Day profile picture, and that's all it says. Because everybody changes their profile to a picture of them in uniform around Veterans Day. No, I just changed it to that anymore.
Nice, that's funny.
Before we go any further, thank you for your service, my friend. Thank you.
I still haven't figured out what to say to that, so thank you. Cheers.
But one of my friends, Busted, I may have told you this. Here, sorry, I know it's water, but hey, cheers. Okay, sorry, it's water. One of my really good friend, one of my really close friends of mine, is an Iraq War veteran as well, and he would say, I just don't know what to say, and like he started saying to people, "I got paid to go do it." And I told him, I was like, "Dude, don't say that to people, man. Just shake their hand, say thank you, whatever, and move on. Don't make this big thing about it. So
Yeah.
I mean and of course he has gotten better with it since then. So, but in it was late 30s, early 40s Germany out there, except we didn't need a Gestapo.
Yep. He's 100% right. The world would be better off without social media.
Yes, I agree.
As Facebook and Instagram and
I agree. Yes.
Twitter and where the fuck else there is.
There's some TikTok. There's so many of them.
Not to go down a rabbit hole, but it's really interesting we get talking about this because this afternoon I met a good young friend of mine, and granted he's much younger than I am. Long story short,
that's most of
his
us.
parents' house. I knew I could count on you for that.
Sorry.
Hey, Iowa. I'm 42. I'm 42, so I don't know where that puts me with you. So
you're still older than me.
Younger than me. Much younger than me. I'm going to be 55 in July. But we ended up over at a good friend's house. His grandfather, World War II veteran, has an entire room in his house that is just dedicated to the service of men and women through the years, and takes great pride in it. And I'd never met the man in my life until this afternoon.
Nice.
And we're just out there having a beer.
Nice.
And he's like, "Hey, come on, let me show you this." Here's where it gets interesting. He was in the tank corps in World War II with Patton in North Africa.
Nice.
Had pictures, a lot of stuff. My great uncle was the tank driver of Patton's tank in North Africa. He knew my great uncle.
Wow.
That's
cool.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That is cool.
Now, Chad.
Right?
I agree with Chad. Or I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, I can call in sick. I've called in sick to my boss, and then me and him have went riding all day. So,
lucky you.
Which he was off for bereavement, but I mean, he's like, I got off work, or I was getting ready to get off work on a Thursday morning, and he goes, "Hey, you want to go riding tomorrow?" Like, I gotta, or it was a Wednesday. I got off work on a Wednesday. Or wait, hold on. No, it was a Thursday. He goes, "Hey, you want to go riding tomorrow?" Because tomorrow was Friday. It's like, I don't know, dude. I got to work tonight. He goes, "Well, just let me know." He's like, I'm off work. Grandma died or whatever it was. Like, okay. He's like, I just want somebody to ride with. Everybody else has to work. I know that you can call in, and I'm not gonna say shit. So I was like, all right, and I sent him a message like, "Hey, go ahead and put me down for a sick day tomorrow, and we'll go riding." So I got up the next day, just went riding with him, and I, just going for a ride will clear a guy's head almost instantly. And he looked at me whenever we got back to his house and he goes, "Dude, thanks," because I would have been riding by myself. It would have been horrible. He likes to ride with people. Sometimes, I prefer to ride by myself most of the time, but sometimes riding with one other person or in a big group changes your whole mood. My opinion.
I enjoy riding with a small group of people.
Yeah, I'm the
5,
same way.
6 is kind of a good number. Camaraderie, you can have a good time.
You don't have to worry about blocking for intersections.
Yeah. You start to get beyond that,
Yeah.
and then it's like herding cats. Now you stop someplace and you got to get everybody, get out the door, get fired up, and it just seems to be more.
I've done one huge ride. 179 bikes. Holy shit! When we left the dealership, we had ISP blocking Illinois State Police. They were blocking roads for us. But by the time that we left the second stop, we did our own blocking because we didn't have ISP at that point because they weren't going to sit in a bar parking lot waiting on us. Because then they just write a shit ton of tickets. So they just kind of left and did their own thing. We did our own blocking. I know we pissed off people because we were in Chicago, for crying out fucking loud.
Oh God. Oh,
well, not in Chicago. God. We were in Chicago area.
Oh,
we started off at Heritage Harley, which I can't remember what city that's in. And then we went to 4 or 5 little suburbs of Chicago. We never actually went into Chicago. It was for the grunt style. Grunt style put on a ride. And it's been 6 years or 3 years ago now, 4 years ago. They put on a charity ride that benefited one vet, one pet, and a couple other small charities that were all veteran affiliated. And I've done a couple other
I think the biggest
30 bikes and shit like that, but
the biggest ride I think I've ever been a part of was up in Minneapolis. There were over 1,000 bikes for, I think it was the American Cancer Society we rode for. And
yeah, I would have bailed on that. Here's my money. See you later.
The only good part was we had fun getting to the starting point at the HD dealer. And the last turn was 10 miles from home. And me and my 3 buddies were just like, yep, we're good. Bailed. It was, it was for a good cause. I'm glad we did it, especially looking back at where I've been. I mean, my story. And so that was well worthwhile, but never again. No.
Way too many people. I'm not a big fan of people.
It took us
I like this interaction. But if you were to put me in a room with 10 people, my back will be to the wall like it is now, and I will be looking at the exit the entire time. I will have my eye in that direction.
Yeah.
It was like an hour and 15 or 20 minutes for us just to get out of the parking lot.
Wow.
I mean, and it was well coordinated. It was very well run. I'll give them credit for that. And they do this every year. Everybody knows about it. The media, they talk about it for, at least a week or before. Hey, understand this is coming through town. Here's the route, da-da-da. So, everybody's been pretty well warned. And like you're right. The police are very, very, very good about working with the group. It's for a good cause. They know it. But geez Louise, I mean, it was ridiculous. If you had to get a drink or find a restroom, it was just insane. But you didn't have to worry about getting lost.
That's really the only way to put up DDK's comment again.
Which one?
Oh, yeah. The 9/11 memorial. Yeah, that one.
Oh.
But of course, he had Leo's blocking every intersection.
Yeah.
That's maybe one of the only one ways. I mean, like where I live near Austin, Texas, we have the Republic of Texas rally. And the Friday night of the rally, they have the bike parade, which goes from, it used to be the Travis County Expo Center. I think it's moved to somewhere else, but they have a bike parade, which goes from where the actual rally is through East Austin into downtown and down Congress Avenue. Like you go past the state capitol and you drive south on South Congress. But that's all blocked off by police and everybody else. So the main reason I don't really want to do it is because it's just so damn hot.
Are they still doing? Yeah. Are they still doing the ride in Washington D.C. or did they?
It was this weekend. It's not the.
It was.
It's not Rolling Thunder anymore. It's Ride to Remember. Rolling Thunder is now in Ohio.
I always thought that would be a really cool ride to do.
Yeah, it's
or
Ride to Remember now, and it's one of the bucket list items because they pass along I-64, which is a half hour south of me, 45 minutes south of me. So I mean, it's one of those things where if I hadn't had surgery that day, I would have been standing on the overpass to watch them go, watch them roll past for an hour, however long they were riding past.
That's one thing. The very first year my wife and I, we had the bike, our first bike. There was a young Marine from Iowa, and I believe, if I remember right, was killed in a training accident, unfortunately. And the local Harley dealer in North Central Iowa organized, hey, we're going to be having a ride to, escort this young man back home. And we didn't have anything planned with that. That'll be fun. Let's do it. And it was the best, most humbling experience. I mean, to this day, she still talks about this. I can remember pulling out of the one little town. Every town we rode through had the fire department up with their ladder trucks up and a flag, and all the firemen in full blues and whites.
You froze on.
Official.
Yeah, you're freezing up a little bit.
We got down. It's a long.
I mean, at least he's running coal-fired internet instead of wood, so.
I got to change my earbud. My earbuds are dying. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. But yeah, see, where was I? Yeah, I don't like people being behind me either, Moose. My wife hates it. Now, if I'm sitting in a restaurant, I don't have to have the wall behind me, but I have to see who is behind me before. And as soon as somebody walks in the door, after somebody behind me is left, I make sure that I know who they are. I check. I look at their hips, make sure that they don't have anything protruding, even though that I usually do. So.
I was gonna say. So I was just about. I was gonna ask a joking question, but I was like, "No, don't ask that. Don't ask that, Jack. Don't do it, bro."
So Chris Phoenix, are you coming on or? Are you better now?
Back up here. But no, it honestly, it was the most rewarding, most humbling experience we've ever had. And
yeah,
to the any chance.
Doesn't HC Vibe do something like that? I mean, I remember him talking about it. Doesn't
he rides with like Patriot Yard?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's what it was. Yes.
Yeah.
Which I signed up for him, but I never get any notifications for it anymore. Which right now, obviously, I can't ride.
I was gonna say right now, you're not going to do it. Yeah, you can't do it anyway.
Whenever I lived up around Paris or Charleston, Illinois, there was one of my buddies posted, "Hey, we're doing this ride." I went, well, sweet. I can't be there for the beginning, but I parked along the route on my bike, and as soon as they went by, I jumped on the bike and I passed the police car and I rode into Mattoon, Illinois with the whole procession, and there was every bit of 300 bikes in that. But that was a straight line.
Yeah.
And as soon as it stopped, I got off the bike, I walked up, and they gave a brief little they gave a brief little sentiment, and then they said, well, tomorrow we'll do the funeral procession to the gravesite.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'll have the visitation and funeral in one day, and next time we will move to the gravesite. We would appreciate you all being there. I'm like, well, that's my time to sleep, so I'm not going to be part of that. But because as soon as I left,
mm-hmm.
that I went to work, and actually I parked my bike at a buddy's house because somebody had been fucking with my bike at work. And yeah, that pissed me off, to say the least.
Yeah, I would think so.
I had found a 2x4 between my wheel or my tire and my fender all the way at the front because I didn't notice it before I took off. But yeah, there was a 2x4 that had set against the swing arm pivot and against the tire. I still have it. It's like that long.
Mm-hmm.
It's sitting in my garage right now. So if that came out when I was running down the road, that would have been bad. And if it hurt me, oh well. If it hurt my kid, I would have killed somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my 8-year-old at the time had been riding with me from time to time. So.
All right. So busted. You got a bum leg on one leg.
Yep.
For 2 wheels. Can you ride a trike?
If I can throw my leg over from the left side, yes. Or from the right side to the left, yes. But I can't shift, so it's got to be an automatic.
Details, small details.
Because
we'll work it out.
Honestly, that's one of the things I'm thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking, I don't know why, it just kind of struck me.
Sorry, my kid's here, so.
It's okay.
If you ever watch Two Lane Life, Lance Corey, they were on their off-road trip, and he busted his leg.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the last couple of videos I saw they put out, he's actually been on a trike. And not that he can walk on it, but he just can't put a lot of weight on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, at least it keeps your knees in the breeze. And
well, it's like what he was saying. He just.
Sorry, what were y'all saying?
No, we were just talking.
Knees in the breeze was the first thing I picked up on.
It just struck me. I don't know why I didn't think about it earlier. You ever watched Two Lane Life? Lance Corey.
Oh,
they were out on one of their doing their off-road thing, and he had an accident, broke his leg. And
yeah, he had the same break I did, except for, apparently he has a better fucking doctor than I do. But he can afford a better doctor than I can, so.
But the last couple of videos I saw, he was riding. They were doing the PCH up to Carmel or something.
Yeah, they did that, and now they're doing Sturgis videos pre-rally, obviously.
Off-season. Yeah, but he was riding a trike. But I don't know if
I've
worst case
thought about it. I also thought about, just since I can't pick it up off the kickstand, because that's where all your weight's at. Once you're holding it up, you're holding it up. There's no weight involved in that. I thought about just doing air ride in a center stand.
You beat me to the punch, buddy. So I've got Dirty Bird rear air on both my bikes. And
I don't like air ride though. I had air ride on a street glide I had.
It depends what you want to do. If you're trying to
go ahead.
You're comparing. You're talking factory air ride.
No. It was aftermarket air ride. It was pretty sure it was a Dirty Bird system. It was on there when I bought it. It had a pump that I could hit a switch and raise it up.
Yeah. If you're into the performance side of things, that's not what you want.
Oh,
If you
I'm
wanna
not
get
into the whole
corners.
performance, but I like to have my power when I need power. So
Yeah.
But what I like about it, so on both my bikes, I've got the center T stands, and I don't have electric ones. I've just got the manual because I've had friends of mine that built $50,000 bikes, and we're sitting there at the bar, and all of a sudden the T stand gave out, and the damn thing fell over. So you go in the catalog, you can buy a manual T stand. It's 3 bolts.
yeah,
Problem is with a 900-pound bike, you got to get it over center and
Peace
putting
out,
it
Drake.
on or taking it off. And
See you,
what
Drake.
I like about having that center stand set up with the Dirty Bird Air is I hit the button, I don't have to lift the
Wait,
bike up.
Chris Venus left.
Yeah, Chris Venus left a little bit ago.
Damn it! I'm horrible at watching side chat, so I apologize to everybody in side chat. So, which I
worry.
think there's only 6
Don't worry,
people left for me to
Backers are doing
apologize
better.
to. Yes, Chad, I could, but I hope to be back on the bike within 2 months now. So,
That's cool.
Well, the other thing I find kind of ironic, everybody wants to do the Legends or the Olins or the what's the one monkey
suspension
has?
technologies or
Wilburs.
Wilbers.
Wilburs, aren't they like self-adjusting or something like that? I mean, they're expensive.
they are, yeah.
They ain't cheap.
Expensive. Like $2,500 expensive.
Then that's just for the rear or the front.
No, that's a whole set. That's a whole set.
For the whole set.
I'm pretty sure it's $2,500 for the whole set.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I paid less than $900 for the Dirty Bird Air with the tank, and the Legends are like for just the rears are like $1,500-$1,700, which functionally they're exactly the same. It's the same
Scratching
concept.
it, you'll be fine, buddy. Okay.
But if you want to change your Legends, you have to
I
stop.
love you.
Turn the knob. I can be driving down the road. If I want to change my ride, I just tap a button on the go.
Yeah, that was the way mine was. Well, it was a little toggle switch on the firewall, basically.
Yeah, and so I just ordered a custom-made switch out of Evil Iron out of Detroit, so it matches your switchboard up on your under your by your ignition switch.
Yeah.
So you pull the cover off, put that in there, take that blank out, so it looks good, but functionally it's just a 3-way switch.
Well, you could. I mean, it's not like you could really see mine unless you're looking for it. So.
Yeah. But for me, the way I ride, I don't give a damn about performance. I'm gonna get from point A to point B and be as comfortable as I want. I love having the air ride. I've ridden everything else, and when you get it dialed in, it's the same ride, but the functionality to get, if you need to make a change with whether it's Legends or Olins or whatever, you got to stop and make a change. I just tap a button, and it's less money. I don't, it's like I say, almost half as what it used to be. Half as much as what they were charging. I don't know what the costs are now, but.
Excuse me. Sorry,
I'm looking up the Wilburs right now. I know I can't afford them, but
it's funny we're talking about this, Iowa. That's one thing I have to do is change at least the rear suspension on my bike. So that's one of the few things I have that I want to do to it. I don't want to do a lot to it because I'd like to get another bike, and I don't want to do too much of this one because then you get attached to it, then you can't get rid of it, and yada yada yada. So, and all the LEDs and all that other stuff, they're great, but once you put them on, you can't take them off. That's my bad part about it.
the Wilburs is only $2,400. for a full set. Now it's telling me that's for a damned 2013 and under Road King Police because it won't give me any other option. But that's $2,500 shipped. That's not bad. Plus you got to do the work. But
how much is the Legends Revo front and back?
The rear is $1,500 themselves. I'll be right back. HD, you're in charge this time around.
Oh God, well then we're in big trouble then. That's all I'm gonna say. We're in big freaking trouble.
I think for just the Dirty Bird rear air, I put on both of mine. It was like $8.99. But I think
go ahead.
Go ahead. I could be wrong, but I think a lot of people get confused because they think of air ride and they're thinking like, the old Harley with a little pump and
that was like 2013 and older.
Right. It's not the same.
With my bike, I missed it by I missed all that by 1 year. Mine's a 2014 Road King.
Yeah. And when you put the Dirty Bird on, I mean, you have two choices. You can get the fast up with the air tank that mounts inside the bag plus your pump, or you can just do the pump. But if you're just looking for comfort, you're going to pull the stock shocks off. It's going to come with shocks. It's going to come with a pump. An idiot like me installed it in 2 hours. And I'm an idiot. Mechanically, I'm an idiot. I know a lot of really smart people that are good at that shit, and I let them do it, and I buy beer. But even I could put that on for half the money.
I have a few guys that I know that have motorcycle lifts and stuff like that. I'm like, hey, can we just, if I buy new rear shocks for my bike, can we just come on over and just put them on and shit? Yeah, I mean, there's just small things. I'm just now getting back into riding after being gone for, I'll just say, a while, for probably 15, 20 years. I just started back riding here recently. For a lot of reasons why I stopped. I don't, we really don't need to go into it. This is a long involved story, but no, I'd forgotten how much fun it was to ride until recently again, and I was just like, yep, this is what I remember, and I'm happy to be back. So
nice.
Yeah.
So we just got to figure out some time and place where we can all meet up and put some miles down or something.
Hey, I may be in a rental car following y'all, but hey, I don't care. I'm hanging out with Iowa Hog Rider and Busted Knuckles Motorcycles. I don't care.
Now, hey, there's a reason I have a spare bike in the garage. I can put 2 bikes in the toy hauler. If we meet from
what are those bikes though? What are those bikes though? I gotta ask. What are those bikes?
So I have a 1997 Electric Glide Ultra Classic.
Okay.
And then I have a 2020 Street Glide.
Okay.
Well, technically it's the Electric Glide Standard.
Oh, okay.
It just doesn't look very standard.
It doesn't look very standard. I like how you put that too. It doesn't look very standard. So I just have to tell you, Iowa Hog Rider, I'm 6'2", and even though I'm going to the gym and getting my weight down and everything, I'm still a pretty big person. So that's why I had to ask that question. I'm like, okay, what bikes do you have, bro? I'm 6'2" and I'm a rather large person. Okay. I need there's a reason I have a Road King.
Well, I'm 6 foot and I'm about $2.10. So I'm all about comfort.
$2.10.
Yeah. I prefer to be like $1.80, but
I'd love for mine to start with anything with a 2. I'd be happy with that right now. But but the best thing is I'm getting back to it. I know we're being funny, but best thing is I'm getting back to it. And I won't lie, doing stuff like this, I mean, riding the motorcycle is obviously the biggest thing because it's right here. But talking to you guys and being in the side chat and doing all that stuff, that helps out a lot too.
Yeah.
Helps out a lot.
Yeah.
So, get you out of your comfort zone. You know.
Well, that was the biggest thing. So when I went through the second surgery last year, I think between the first one I lost 15 pounds and the second one I lost 18 pounds. I actually got down to where I really wanted to be, and I felt good. And then, God, it took forever to. All the medications I was on, I just never had any appetite.
Yeah, and then
lose weight. Well, then you get off the meds, and it's like, man, it just came back like that. It's like shit.
Yeah.
So I'm in the same boat. I'm battling trying to drop 25 and get closer to where I want to be. And
well, I mean, I'm not trying to be a downer or anything like that when I say this, but it's like what I was talking about. I mentioned it kind of earlier. At least you can fly on a plane and not protrude into somebody next to you. Think about it like that. I mean, I hate to say that. I hate to be, but what
you're saying is you're not a small guy.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you heard Busted. Iowa goes, yeah, I got 2 bikes, and I asked him, I was like, okay, what 2 bikes do you have? Because I'm 6'2", and I'm and even though I'm losing weight and getting in better shape, I'm still going to be a large person.
You're still going to fit on both my bikes, buddy.
I know.
You
won't fit on the bikes. That's what
I mean, you'd fit on any bike. I've seen a picture of a fat guy riding a might as well have been a Honda Monkey. I mean.
Hey, didn't Moose sorry to interrupt. Didn't Moose say he didn't have a bike at all? Well, now he says he's got he's got a Grom or a Monkey or something like that.
No, he's saying that new shop's tossed. But no, Moose was kidding.
Now I'm reading it now.
Moose probably rides as much as he hangs out on the Monkey. Hey, Moose, where the hell were you at last night? I mean,
yeah, where were you last night, Moose?
I didn't see you last night.
Yeah.
But he's almost always there on the Monkey live stream. He's almost on every motorcycle live stream I've ever seen. So he has a bike. He just it's probably a damned Honda Navi because he doesn't know how to use a clutch.
Oh God. You had to provoke the Moose, didn't you?
Just kidding, Moose.
You had to provoke him, didn't you?
Somebody had to kick the Moose in the ass.
Hey, I gotta get famous somehow. We're down to 5 people here. We're trying to get more here, so.
Oh, we're down to 5 now? Oh, okay.
Hey, we're doing pretty good. What? Almost 2.5 hours?
Yeah, I'm going to call it quits at 2.5 hours. And I don't have a fancy little video like Scouts to say goodbye. So,
I'll bet that's one.
Listen, listen,
hey, George.
Listen.
Okay, George.
No, that's Bert that says that. That's Bert.
They both do it.
Yeah,
it's the whole New Jersey thing.
I mean, I think listen from Bert is like Dollar General from Droop. It's never going away. Like so many people have made fun of it now. It never goes away.
That's like a sure sign. He's pretty.
What is it? Water ice? Water ice?
At that point, he's pretty tuned up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course he is. But now I think I said this to Droop on that after you left, Busted. Because Droop kind of said the same thing as you about how he doesn't like people and da 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 and yada yada. And I said, look, I'm not saying this is gonna happen. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. But I said your live stream's getting it's getting popular. You go to somewhere like I'll just say Sturgis or one of these bigger rallies or whatever. There are going to be people that are going to walk up to you and know who you are, and you're not going to know who they are. That's coming. And I would say the same thing to you, Busted. I mean, I'm not saying your channel is going to blow up or whatever, but you never know. It could happen, and you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But at that point, my back will be to a wall, so that there can't be anybody fucking behind me.
Hey, he'll be doing his meet and greet. He'll finally get.
If I can't have a gun, my hand will be on my pocket knife. So.
Yeah, he'll be
doing it at my toy hauler with his back against the wall.
Yeah,
in front of behind a table or something.
Yeah, he'll get some good sponsors, and he'll be doing a meet and greet. He'll be doing a meet and greet at the sponsored booth at Sturgis or wherever.
Yeah.
In his back, he will never move from that one spot on the wall. He will never move from it.
It's all right, Buster. You can put all your merch. I'll put the awning out. You can hang all your merch from the awning, and I'll go put a little table out for you, man. It's all good.
Yeah, my merch right now is my stickers. So,
hey, you're ahead of me. I don't even have a fucking emblem to get stickers made yet.
Dude, I made mine on Canva. It's simple. It's so simple. It's stupid almost.
What's it called?
Canva. CANVA.
Huh. I have to look at that. I poked around a couple places around here. They want like $300 just to come up with a design.
Well, you design your own, and it's free. Hold on, let me see if I can't figure out how to share again. No, I don't want to share a slide.
Moose, you won't have any problems.
I don't know. I don't need
problems with that. Moose, you won't have any problems with that because no one knows what you look like anyway. At least anybody there. Unless somebody shows a picture of you before you go to Sturgis. So you should be fine.
So all those pictures Dallas has been putting up all these weeks, he's been it's been alive. Wasn't Dallas putting up pictures of moose?
Yeah, that's I don't think that well, of course he also puts up this segment is sponsored by Chris Phoenix. And then he has Corey. He has Corey. And then he's got like some picture of some muscle dude or something, if I remember correctly. I haven't watched.
Maybe that's what
I haven't watched that last week because I've been at work.
Oh shit.
Okay, apparently I'm not smart enough to share my own damn screen on this, so it's Canva, CANVA. You can create your own logo. I created the banner that is across the top of my page, which they're both fucking simple. It's how I create all my YouTube thumbnails.
That's one thing I got to figure out. I haven't figured out the whole thumbnail thing yet.
Oh, I haven't figured out either how to draw people in, but I figured out how to do thumbnails. So
yeah, you're 2 steps ahead of me.
It's just like StreamYard. There's a paid version. There's a free version. I use the free version. Until YouTube starts paying me, I'm going to use the free version of freaking everything.
Sorry, I'm laughing at what Moose said. Yeah, that is Corey 10 years ago. And that may or may not be Moose.
I think that Moose has a purely one left in the side chat. I mean, holy shit, dude.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm waiting for what he says next, and I know it's gonna be funny. That's why I love Moose, man. As soon as he came in, I was like, "Oh hell, look who's here! He made it."
I almost feel famous with Moose sitting in the side chat.
That's right. You made it.
I mean, we got up to 18 people that I've seen at one point.
Oh yeah, Drew was calling in. I'm sure messaging people on Instagram. I'm sure. I mean, he was calling or texting or Instagramming people and stuff. Yeah.
I'm telling you,
get on here.
You get Droop. You had Dallas. You had Curry. You had Moose.
I had all the big people. I mean, the big people I didn't have was Nicole and AS Pipes and Satan's Child. But I had all the big monkey, ones that are almost always on Monkey's live stream.
Yeah.
But don't worry, you'll get Baggers and Brews and Pro Monkey when he's not traveling and stuff like that.
Yeah, which
we'll get all that.
I haven't decided if I'm going to do this on the Fridays that Monkey's not on, or if I'm going to do this on Saturdays, or if I'm just going to do it. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to do it whenever the hell I want.
I would. I mean, look. This is just. I think either way is fine, but I think it is a little bit better if you had like a set time of when you're. So that way. People, So that way, like I know on Monday nights is Dallas. Okay. Sunday is Fireside Chat with the boys. Well, it's every other Sunday with them, but
and also V Twin Live.
I was just about to say Denver and Bryce podcast on it, and then
Monday have Drew.
And then I think Motor Noggin said he wants to do Tuesdays because I told him the same thing. I said, huh?
Tuesdays I usually watch the content creators on YouTube, but yeah, or on Facebook, the group on Facebook.
And then Wednesday, Brian actually talked about this on his live stream Wednesday night, that he doesn't know if he's going to keep doing his Beyond the Rider series.
Yeah.
Whether it's recorded. Live. I agree a lot with what he said in there, but I also think it depends on the guest. It depends on the
I
guest
would agree.
Because
honestly, I wasn't a big fan of Fat Boy Bob. He just wasn't my type of creator.
Yeah, there's.
And I tried to watch it on replay, which I said I could usually watch the interviews on replay, but because I don't remember what the hell I was doing Thursday night or Wednesday night. Honestly, probably freaking nothing, but I probably went to bed early that night or something because I'm not doing shit.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't. I tried to sit there and watch. I'm like, it's not entertaining enough. It was.
Yeah, like I said, it depends on the guest. You have guys like he had Baggers and Brews on. He had George and Bert on. What was it? 3 weeks ago? I don't remember now. And they went on for 3 hours, or they were on for 3 hours. But like I said, it depends on the person that you have and their personality as well.
Yeah.
And that's what like people like Baggers and Brews, Pro Monkey. They're also used to doing streams for a long period of time.
Amateur Moose, just let me know so I can be there.
Yeah, just let us know, man. I want to be in the side chat for this.
Obviously, it has to be the second time you go live because the first time apparently you're under contract.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're about to be under contract. That's right. I was about to say that, Busted.
Well, the other challenge, like for the last couple of weeks, I always look forward to the Baggers and Brews on Thursdays.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Now that the weather's nice out, Thursdays is bike night here in town.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really kind of tough to try and catch, the live stream when they're live. And
they're usually going until, because I leave the gym at right around 8:30. So they've been on for so I can still catch, I guess you could say, the second half of their live stream, because they go on for so long. It's hard for me to catch Bry and Dallas and Drew because their live stream ends right before I get. I mean, sometimes it depends on their guest. They'll still be on when I'm leaving the gym and driving home. So.
Yeah. During the winter months when, at least up here, when the weather's crappy and you can't ride, the live streams are great. It's a great release, great entertainment. But we have, a limited riding season, and when you have those nice nights, and it's bike night in town, they got a live band, and it's really a challenge then to try and stay in tune with everybody and catch them all, and just can't do it.
And I agree with Busted. Is with live streams, you can go back and watch them later, but it's so much better when you're there, so you can have that instant interaction with the creator. You know, I think this is wonderful for guys like you, Busted, Baggers and Brews, Motor Noggin, all of you that can't ride during the winter. Y'all do a live stream. It gives you content. It's easy. I mean, I shouldn't say easy content. I should rephrase. I'm sorry, but you get what I'm saying. You don't have to go shoot the damn thing. You don't have to edit the damn thing. You know, you can just boom. It's there. Now, you know, the thing is with those live streams though, depending on who you are, you kind of have to come prepared with topics. You know, it's not you just show up and do it. I mean, I know all these guys come prepared with topics. Now, how funny or serious or whatever they are, I mean, everybody's different. Like, look at Denver. Look at Bry. I don't know how long they prepare all these questions, but they're doing it. And it takes some time to do it. You know.
Well, the Baggers and Brews, their question actually, and Denver and Bry, they had the same questions pretty much for every person they interviewed.
I know.
Now, Dallas's questions and Amateur Moose's questions on the Dallas and Droop show.
Oh yeah.
Those are kind of completely off freaking wall. So.
And that's what makes it great. Makes it great. I told Droop that in the marathon stream is what I'm going to call it. I said, I know that the questions are full of shit, and it's funny as hell. It's so freaking funny, you know. It is funny as hell. But
I have a question for you. Talking about content.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very good friend of mine, good riding buddy, who's a fireman here in the Waterloo Fire Department, Navy veteran, and I've gotten to know a lot of his coworkers, a lot of the firemen and firewomen here, and they're I'd say over 80% of them are former service members. And what's unique in Iowa is each county has what they call a Freedom Rock.
A what?
It's called a Freedom Rock. So it's basically a very large rock that they put in, the town square or at the, fire department, wherever.
The county seat.
One county seat, yep. And there's one gentleman who volunteers. He's painted every one. And there's 99 counties in the state of Iowa. Each county has one except for five counties. And I thought it would make really good content in my mind, and this is what I want some input on, to take one of the veterans on a ride and feature that veteran and that county rock. And each county rock has a little history behind it, and most of them have a little plaque. That kind of explains. Maybe 6-8 minute video type thing, but just as a way to kind of appreciate the veterans and their service, and pass on or bring to light some of the local history.
Don't pull a Droop.
Don't pull a Droop.
Don't pull a Droop. So
that sounds like an excellent idea.
Or just really
doing just a state ride of all the counties yourself without anybody. I mean, given the brief history of each rock, or maybe not even a veteran, but the county historian, the old guy that's lived there for 30 years, giving you the history of the county, or not 30 years, but 100, 50 years or whatever.
A long damn time.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I never thought about that. Yeah.
I mean, usually they have a appointed historian in some counties that, will literally, they know the history of the county. It may not always be the oldest, but they can point you to the person that's lived there the longest. That can tell you every last name that's ever lived in that county.
I just thought that would be a neat way to, bring some appreciation to those that have served, and then highlight, something that's unique about every county in the state.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, now, as far as I know, Illinois has nothing like that. I mean, there is a few things in some counties that, there's a chrome bull in Mount Vernon. That's about like, it's a smaller version of the bull that's in Chicago. So the nuts are half the size instead of, but there's also Nixon, Illinois has part of the old German wall because, or Dixon, Illinois has part of the old German wall because that's where Richard Nixon was from, I think is how it went. Fuck, I can't remember all of it.
Yeah, Dixon.
And I've only been there one time and didn't give a shit at the time, so.
Yeah, Dixon's not very far from where I grew up. I've been to Dixon before. Didn't realize
I've been there one time. There's a old cab unit that was there. I don't know what they are now. I went there to inspect their vehicles.
that. And what was the other thing? There's a guy from north. I think he's northern Illinois somewhere. Has a YouTube channel called Backwoods Bars. Look it up.
Backwoods Bars? Or Backwoods Bars?
Backwoods Bars. He finds these little places like you've never heard of, and they highlight them, and he's found, and a lot of it's kind of motorcycle related. They ride the bikes to them when they can, and there's a couple of them I recognize, but there's a few of them that I gotta check them out. I mean, it's like, that's a neat little niche, it's like, as bikers, how many times do you have a lot of fun when you find that little place out in the middle of nowhere that nobody knows about?
Backwoods Bars, Backwoods and Bars Cipher?
No, I think it's just called Backwoods Bars.
I'm not finding it either.
Yeah, is it one word for backwoods or two?
One, I believe. Hang on, let me look it up here.
Oh wait, hold on. No, that's Backwoods Bar and Grill. Well, that's one person or one channel. Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
I'm not seeing it either. Yeah, I see that. I see the Backwoods and Bar Cipher, but that's Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and New England.
I didn't look into it at all.
Yeah, I'm not either. Backwoods Bars, dangerous motorcycle stunts.
Finding one that says Thermopolis. I don't know what the hell that is.
How many counties are there in Texas? Because there's 102 in Illinois, and we had to memorize all those.
I couldn't tell you how many counties in Texas, so I'd have to look it up myself. I know it takes 12 hours to drive. I know it takes 12 hours to drive from Houston to El Paso, because I wasn't driving yet. Probably Moose
254
knows.
Counties.
Probably Moose knows everything.
Chad, you're not wrong.
If I find it, I'll send you the link.
Okay.
I might have it not quite correct, but it always showed up on my Facebook thing. But what caught my eye was some of the bars he went to I recognized.
So tell me this, Iowa Hog Rider. Have you ever done a moonshine run to Moonshine, Illinois?
I have not.
Oh, you're missing out on some of the best burgers in the state.
You know what's really surprising is if you get to Poopies in Savannah, they'll have fantastic live entertainment. If you want to pitch a tent, you can tent there for free.
Yeah, as long as you buy your beer there.
Yep, but they have absolutely some of the best freaking food you'll ever find, and you would never guess that in a million years. There'd be 1,000 bikers there. It's packed. Everybody's pounding beers. It might take an hour to get your order, but damn it, I mean, good food. And everybody's kind of up in arms up here because they're bringing in food trucks. But it's a unique place. You have to go check it out. They have a bar where the girls are in. It's like a swimming pool. You don't get in the pool, but the waiters or the bartenders, the gals are in a pool. And so
that's somewhat new, ain't it? Last couple of years?
A couple of years, yeah. I think it's been there a couple of years.
Because that motorcycle destinations that Adam Sandoval advertises all the time. I went to put Poopies in there. I went to put Moonshine in there and a few other places. And somebody had already posted Poopies, and I was like, I've never seen a picture of a pool in the bar before. Yeah, it has a last couple of years. And now they have a tattoo studio. They have a bike shop there.
Yeah. I had a really good picture until I made the video. My wife made me cut it out. Go figure.
You can send it to me, or she make you delete it entirely.
No, I had to delete it entirely. It was one of those weekends when there was a lot of fun happening.
Oh.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was entertaining and shit. She just didn't see it the same way I did.
Funny how that happens, ain't it?
Go figure. No, it's kind of interesting though how you find, especially as you follow more and more people on YouTube, and everybody puts a video out there that is something that they have a ride to or an event with. But there's a lot of really neat little places that are kind of off the wall. To me, those are the fun places. You don't need to hit the big brand name places. Hit the little off the wall places. And they almost all have something that's unique to them, whether it's live entertainment or some drink that they're known for. There's a little place not far from where I grew up. In fact, I might ride back there tomorrow with my cousin. They're famous for their Long Island iced teas. The only catch is they'll only sell you one.
Yeah.
Probably all you need.
Yeah, that's probably about all you need.
It's a half-gallon iced tea.
Yeah.
1 glass is a half gallon. But damn, they're good. But that's their thing.
I've heard of the two places that Moose is talking about. I've never been to them, but I've heard of them. The two places he's talking about.
So, Moose, do you own the Moose Knuckle, or are we going to see you in there?
Let's see what he says.
So, Busted, we passed the 2.5 hour mark. Are we going to go for 3?
We're going to go for 3, and then I got to call it quits. I might have a chance of getting laid if I go to bed at some point. Probably not, because she's gonna be afraid to hurt me.
Wish I
No
did.
pain, no
No.
gain, buddy.
No, I
pain, no
fucking
gain.
Fucking not.
But I wish I did. Nice. Nice. Bastards. Nice.
No, I'm an asshole, Moose.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna say it, say it right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when you're on StreamYard like this, can you like save and somehow save all the comments and stuff that come up?
Honestly, I don't know. This is my first time on
Figure it out.
StreamYard, so
I think when you watch the chat, I'm sorry, when you watch the stream over again, most of the time when you watch a live stream over again, the comments will scroll up like as if you were still like if you were watching it.
yeah.
So
I think you're right, except for I think you can turn it off because I can't
Yeah,
see
some-
Bry's live comments on
Mhm.
his. And
Yeah,
I think
there's
he
a way
turned
to-
those off because
Mhm.
the motorcycle Meg video
Oh, God.
or Meg's motorcycle journey video, just because there was so many probably hashtag boobs comments in there.
That was funny. Mm.
I didn't get to see it live. I just got to listen to it while I was at work.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny. That's all I can say. So
I can only imagine how bad it really was. Because
God
he
bless
didn't
both of
post, he didn't put any of the comments up on the screen or nothing that I seen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No.
There you go, Amateur Moose.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's it. Yep. I'm not
Hey,
hating on someone. I'm
You
not
see
hating.
one, you just want to see the rest of them.
You're not wrong. That's the reason I like going to that little local rally that I can't go to this year. And it's not even because of my leg.
Well, you
Mhm.
mentioned
the-
something about coming up to the Iowa A-Bait. I know you can't make it this year, but buddy, you come up next year, we'll make it happen. I
can only do so many things in 1 year, so
Mhm.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I might be able to make a bait, but I don't know. Depends on what the doctor tells me, because if I can get the rod placed in Tuesday after next and be weight bearing within 24 hours after that, and then load bearing within a month after that, I might push it and make, instead of a month, make it 3 weeks and call it good.
Well, if you make it, I've got a place for you to stay. Let's just make it that easy. You get up here.
I'll hit you up because I won't want to haul a tent again. I mean, I'll haul a tent if I have to, but.
And I lived in Algona for better part of 10 years. I mean, I know that entire area like the back of my hand. I know all the bars you want to go ride to.
I just wish there was riding around there instead of it being flat.
It's just flat and square. I mean, there's nothing exciting to go riding to.
And
Like
the Route 66 rally is another one I want to do. There's actually like 3 Route 66 rallies. There's the Route 66 rally. There's the Route 66 Veterans Rally, which is in July, I believe. And then there's another one later on in the year. I'm thinking September. I think there's one in May, July, and September.
Honestly,
I have to stumble on it. It's in Depew, Oklahoma.
If you were going to come up this way, I would really, really kind of say come up for the Midwest. I think they call it the Midwest Hog Rally in Dubuque, July 21st, 22nd, 23rd.
Okay, so that's a little bit later on.
So it gives you a little more time to recuperate.
Heal.
But the riding along the Mississippi, that's my backyard. That's literally within 15 miles of where I grew up. But the riding is phenomenal. You've got the river road. They've got live, live music like any other rally, right? But rather than come up to the A-Bait rally, you can come up there, but it's just flat and square. If you're going to
sorry, I've been laughing.
Riding.
I'm laughing.
Yeah.
That's what I've been laughing at is what Moose has been saying.
Oh yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, if my boobs would get me more views, more followers, I'd do it too. But
I think
that's not gonna work.
Let's
move the camera down here. Yeah, it doesn't work for me.
So no, I think I said to Droop was. I don't know if you were on there again, the marathon stream. Droop was saying, I'll just say things about her. That's all I will say. Whether that was negative or positive, you can go look it up yourself. It's on there. The stream's 8 hours freaking long. And this is what I told Droop. I said,
and it's in the last hour. I know that much.
Yeah. I said, look, to each their own. This is just me. I can only watch certain channels for so long. But I also say this too. I'm not going to badmouth somebody when I'm not putting my face out there to start with.
Yeah.
It's not my place to do that because I'm not a content creator. It's not my place to bash somebody.
Oh, I like Meg's content. I mean, a lot of it's just geared towards dudes looking at her. But I mean, she does actually have some good content. Not always, but I mean, the writing is nice.
Yeah.
The whenever they actually camp, they don't really camp, in my opinion. Her moto yacht camping, that wasn't camping. That was you rented a yacht and you moved into the yacht for a couple days.
Yeah, I didn't see it. So.
I didn't watch that part of it. Yeah. I just watched her Daytona part of it because at some point I want to go to Daytona. So I'm watching a few videos on it here and there. Just like whenever I wanted to go to Sturgis, I watched a few Sturgis videos, and then when I actually thought, you know what, I'm going to Sturgis, I watched every damn thing I could find. I watched every Bob and Tam Sturgis video I could find. I watched every Pro Monkey Sturgis video I can find. The Baggers and Brews put out a few while they were there. So and Pro Monkey is the one that, he's not the reason I went to Sturgis, but he's the reason that I decided, you know what, I'm actually going this year because he put out really good content on it that wasn't just rally related. He put out the content that was, this is where you need to ride. This is where you can eat. This is shit like that.
Yeah, I went up in 2020 that was my first trip to Sturgis. And I'm just like you, Busted. I watched every video I could find. I made my own list. I don't think I got to half of the places I wanted to get to.
I rode roads.
You can't do it in 5 days.
I never rode by myself until the last day that I was there, because the first day that I pulled in at like 9 o'clock at night, and it pissed me off because the Buffalo Chip will not check you in pre-rally after 9 o'clock at night. They should have one person there, in my opinion, just to check in that solo motorcycle rider, so he can go set up his tent and pass the fuck out. Because if he's showing up at 9, 10, 11, 12, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, he's probably fucking rode all goddamn night to get there. I left my house at 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock, and I got there at 9 o'clock at night. I rode all goddamn day. all I wanted to do was crash. I didn't even need to set up my damn tent. I could have slept beside my bike for all I gave a shit. Just let me get onto the goddamn grounds, because once I'm there, I'm there. I'm not moving. But they don't have anybody there at that time to check people in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was setting, there's a, Buffalo Chip actually has their own fuel pumps. They direct me over to that, and we are just now past the 3 hour mark again, and we are probably going to go a little bit longer. But they direct me over there
Bus is on a rant.
They direct me over there to stage, and I said, okay, fine, whatever. And before I even got over there, a couple of ambulances passed and whatnot on the main highway, and I sat there. I was putting on my rain gear because it was supposed to rain. Or no, wait, I was taking off my rain gear because it just got done raining. And I just sat there, and I was getting ready to just lean up against the saddlebag of the bike and pass the hell out without setting up a tent, without pulling out a sleeping bag, nothing. I was just going to lean against the bike and go to sleep. And some guy was at the fuel pump, and he goes, well, hey, dude, they don't check ID, they don't check passes on the south side of that road. There's one road that they don't really check because there's no partying really that happens over there as far as Buffalo Chip's concerned. Come hang out with us. Okay, dude. I don't know you from fucking Steve, but we're going to go over to your place. So I sit over there, sat in a chair, and they go, all right, well, I sit there and I drink one of their beers, and they go, all right, well, dude, we're going to go pass out in the tent. I'm like, I don't know you guys. I'm not sleeping in your tent. He goes, good, because we weren't inviting you. Awesome. That makes it so much better for me. You weren't even trying to invite me. He goes, but if it starts raining, you can hop in the van. Awesome. So I woke up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. It was sprinkling. I went, nope. And I just sat there in the chair for another 30 minutes and woke up again and went, nope, staying right here. About 3 o'clock in the morning, it was a downpour, and I moved into their van, and 7 o'clock in the morning, I woke up, rain had quit. I got on the bike and went and checked into the Buffalo Chip. But it pissed me off that they didn't have anybody there to check you in for that single rider after X time.
Yeah. But look on the bright side. Look at the fucking memory you have.
Yeah, look at that story,
The
man.
story.
Yeah.
Story.
You know?
Oh, no, the story was the fact that I got to Rapid City and it came a fucking downpour out of goddamn nowhere. That's the reason I stopped and put on my goddamn rain gear, because I stopped and put on my helmet. I was like, oh, because I looked at my weather map and I went, oh, hell, I'm going to catch the edge of this storm.
Well, bear in
The
mind,
edge of the storm in the fucking Rapid City is a goddamn downpour, apparently.
well, but you've been riding for how long, and you've been up for how long, too?
At that point, it had been 16 and a half hours.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah.
I remember when I went up in 2020, every video I watched, everybody you talk to who's been there, you're going to get rained on, and you're likely going to get hailed on. I'm like,
yep.
All right, whatever. I always kept my full face in my trunk, my tour pack.
Well, the only thing I had with me was my full face, or my modular, but full face, yeah.
Yeah.
So the one day we took off to do a group ride, and my buddy had like no storage in his bike at all, and his girlfriend needed her coat, and then whatever. It's like, hey, can we throw it in your trunk? I'm like, yeah, I don't care. And I couldn't fit everything in, so I took. What's the one thing I took out that day?
Your helmet.
Your helmet.
And the only thing I wanted to do that day was get to the
put on your fucking helmet.
Well, I wanted to get to the Buffalo Chip so I could meet Brian and Heather, Blacktop Devils, for their meet and greet. And we're clear the fuck down by Hill City or wherever it was. We went across that dam, and we got halfway across. I'm like, holy shit, it's really raining. I got another 100 feet. I'm like, that's not rain, that's hail.
That's hail.
And we went
I didn't
maybe
run into
another
any of that.
50
Thank
yards,
God.
and we pulled over. We were ducking for pine trees and shit. And I'm thinking, of all the, in 5 years, that's the only time I ever took that full face helmet out of my trunk was that day. And what really pissed me off wasn't so much the rain and the hail. I never got to meet Brian and Heather. And that was the only damn thing I wanted to do the whole damn day. Like, son of a bitch. And literally like 2.5 hours later, it was 90 freaking degrees. You're soaking wet, but it was 90 degrees.
It didn't take long to dry out, though. I mean,
no, it's just, but you know,
hell,
I think here in where I'm at, Waterloo, Iowa, we're at what, 350 feet above sea level. And I think Sturgis is what, 3,500.
I don't have a clue.
Something like that. I mean, it's you don't realize it. You know, even if you're riding or driving down the interstate, you are going uphill. I think from where I grew up to central Iowa, or Algona, where I lived all those years, the bait rally, it's almost 1,000 feet higher.
Amateur Moose, that wouldn't be a joke at the little local rally I go to, because I'm pretty sure at least 50% of them are swingers. It's not little local rally either. It's there's 10,000 people plus in June. So
the first year I went, a good friend of mine, I almost stayed with him. He's got a camper. Every year they go to the Glencoe. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll just come over there. We had a B&B in Spearfish. I'm like, well, I'll just go over and hang out with you guys, and I'll just crash there. The morning, the day I was going to go over and stay there, that morning he started sending me pictures from the night before. I'm like, yeah, I don't think so.
But Moose, I had a plan the first time I went to Sturgis. Was first time I wanted to stay at the Buffalo Chip because it's the Buffalo Chip. Second time I want to stay at Glencoe. After that, I want to stay at where the hell the one there Full Throttle is, Pack of Oil. And then after that, I don't give a shit. But I've actually people bitch about sleeping at the Buffalo Chip. I didn't have a fucking problem at all. I could pass the hell out anywhere. I spent 13 years in the damn military, for crying out loud. You could put a drill sergeant yelling next to me, and I'm still going to go to sleep at some point. Just give me enough time. I mean, it does not bother me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I had a plan. I still want to go to Glencoe. I still want to stay at Glencoe, which a Glencoe pass is just as cheap as a Buffalo Chip pass. So, some point I will stay there.
So that's kind of why we picked the campground that we're at this year. My good friend that actually booked it for us is really good friends with the owner. They have a shuttle bus. They'll take you downtown. They'll take you out to Full Throttle. They'll take you out to the Buffalo Chip, wherever you want to go. You can whoop it up, have as good a time as you want. Every 20 minutes, that bus is going to show up and bring you back. And
is that all night long, or is that until X time, or what?
Nope. That is the entire time of the Sturgis rally.
I mean,
they run
are they going to run at 3 o'clock in the morning, or what?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, wow.
20 minutes. They don't care. That's kind of their thing. Which
That's Tilford, you said earlier? On
Tilford,
the...
If I remember right, if I understand, it's on the east side of Sturgis, on the north side, left side of the interstate as you're coming into Sturgis. It's like 5 or 6 miles from Sturgis.
Mm-hmm.
If I search Tilford, it comes up as Piedmont instead of Sturgis, so it was Tilford Gulch Campground, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that comes up as Piedmont, which I didn't really look to see where it was, but $160 for a weekend or for the whole rally? That's cheap for regular camping. I mean, that's tent. That's tent.
Yeah, so for me with the toy hauler, I've got 30 amp hookup, full service is $250 and I'll be there August 5th through the 13th. So the whole time of the rally.
You gotta pay for the whole damn rally. Which Glencoe's the same way. If you show up on the Friday at the end of the rally, you gotta pay for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then that's the end of the rally.
Yeah. You can't get a hotel room out there during the rally for less than $400 a night.
Oh, that's on the cheap side. That's like days out, not even days in, days out. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
We stayed at a hotel in, I'm wanting to say it was Colorado Springs. It was called the Dale Inn. Yeah, we don't do the Dale Inn no more in Colorado Springs. I can't remember who.
For a good reason.
I don't remember who booked it. My stepmom or her family, but they booked it. And my stepmom thought it was funny because my dad's name is Dale. So she thought it was funny that, hey, we're staying at the Dale Inn.
Yeah, we're staying at the Dale Inn, yeah.
And, we'd seen, or no, it was the Dale Motel. It wasn't even the Dale Inn. It was the Dale Motel. We'd seen Dale's Airport. We'd seen Dale's this. We'd seen Dale's that before because my dad lives in Oklahoma. So there's a few things named Dale's on the way there. And she thought it was funny that we were staying at the Dale Motel. And yeah, we stayed there one night. We don't stay at the Dale Motel no more. That place was fucking cock-ridden.
Didn't you would think when you see the word motel, that might get somebody's attention,
This was, damn near 30 years ago, so.
Yeah, but still, motel.
People kept more pride in their stuff 30 years ago.
Yeah, true.
25, 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were a hotel in a major destination like Colorado Springs, you kind of kept a little bit. Because we ended up staying at the American Inn, and that place was our American Motel. Fuck, I can't remember. It's been 25, 30 years ago. I've slept since then. Not very goddamn much, but I've slept a little bit.
Probably not a lot.
I sleep more now that I'm not on fucking third shift, so.
Can you get on first shift over there?
No, I won't get on first shift unless we expand the building. Because right now there is.
Going on.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rawa.
No, I was just going to say that's kind of the thing about like Route 66 is if you're going to come through that desert Southwest region and your arrangements, you're going to get what you get.
Dude, I plan on doing a tent the whole way, so as long as I find the campgrounds that have showers, I'm good. I can sleep in a tent. I lived in a tent for fucking 2.5 months in Fort Dix, New Jersey in fucking January and February and March before I went to Iraq. I don't know why the fuck they would ever send you to New Jersey in January and February to train to go to Iraq. I mean,
Well, it's better than
18
being
inches
sent to
of
Iowa.
sand and 18 inches of snow are somewhat comparable, but not that fucking much.
See, you guys are all young. You get to be an old fart like me. Yeah, I don't do tents. That's why I have a toy hauler.
Dude,
And
I looked
much
out
as my
whenever
wife
I went
loves
to
to ride-
Sturgis. Whenever I went to Sturgis, the guy that I was like, you know what? There's this one lone fucking tree here in this damn tent only area. So I threw up my tent next to it, thinking at least I'm next to a tree and there can't be anybody next to me. The guy that was camped on the other side of the tree, he goes, so you're sleeping on that little pad? Because I had a foam pad, self-inflating air pad, and I was like, yeah, no big deal. He goes, do you want an air mattress? I was like, I'm not sure if air mattress will fit in my little ass tent. He goes, well, if it fits, do you want it? Or do you want to use it?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. He brought an air mattress out of his tent, and he blew it up with a pump, and he goes, shoved it in my tent. He goes, look, it fits. I went, fucking awesome.
Sweet.
And he goes, here you go, and hands me the pump. I'm like, dude, I don't need that. I'm like, he goes, well, the air mattress is yours. You might as well have the pump. I went, oh wait, you're giving it to me? He goes, yeah, I don't need it. I bought a cot just for this trip. Wasn't sure if it fit, so I brought both of them. So he gave me a twin size air mattress to fit in my tent that I had there,
Nice.
and the pump that went with it.
And
then we rode together. We didn't ride together the day that I got there. We rode together the next day, and the day after that we rode. The first day we rode spearfish, and we rode spearfish, Iron Mountain, and Needles. And then the next day we rode out to the Badlands on Pro Monkey's recommendation, which the Badlands to me were kind of boring, but hey, look, we're past the 315 mark.
Did you ever see that one? I don't know who put it out. I remember seeing the video, but after Sturgis, the buffalo chip, how many tents and sleeping bags and
the buffalo chip puts that video out.
Yeah, that's probably where it's at. I mean, it's insane.
Well, it's there's the phones, there's the tents, there's the people just leave shit. I left my tent there. I had no intention of coming back with that tent that I took there whenever I left. I'd had that tent for 3 damn years, and it was a 3-person tent that wouldn't hold fucking me hardly with gear. So I bought a tent, or I had that tent. I was like, you know what, fuck it. And I actually started packing it up to come home. And at one point I went, you know what, fuck it, I'm done. And I looked at the guy next to me, and he goes, what do you mean you're done? I'm like, I'm not packing up this tent. He goes, can I have it? Absolutely, dude. And he had one just like it. I mean, it was the exact same tent. Hold on, kid's here. And he's gone. I'd let you all see, but my wife doesn't want him on camera, so I won't do it.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
But yeah,
no worries.
And he goes, and by the time I get everything else packed up, he was done because I brought home. I think I brought home the sleeping pad. I think I brought home I brought home the air mattress, and I brought home. I think I had a tarp that I brought home, and After that, I was done. I mean, I didn't want to pack up the tent. I didn't want to spend the energy because it was already almost 10 o'clock in the fucking morning by the time I left. I actually had to get a damn hotel room at Sioux City, Iowa on the way home. And if I had known you at that time, Iowa Hog Ride, I probably would have hit your ass up. I would have crashed in your driveway underneath your car. I didn't give a shit.
I got an extra bedroom for any fellow motor rider. Trust me.
Well, see now, if I don't know if you guys are part of it, that Bunka Biker on Facebook.
I saw that Ryan from Full Throttle Hog visited.
Yeah,
stopped in and caught up with me, and I took him out for lunch, and then I got him out of town, and like 2 hours later, he's in a freaking tornado, or he thought he was in a tornado. I'm like,
yeah, he was not far from one. So,
you're just
but
in
yeah,
a
I mean,
old-fashioned Midwest thunderstorm, but.
Well, that's where he ended up at that night. Is after the tornado, he ended up at a Bunka Biker place. Which, if I had thought about it at that time, I would have used that, or at least seen him and decided how far I needed to go, because I didn't make it very far that first day, in my opinion. I could have, but I've been riding every day. I'd rode the day before that I left Sturgis. I rode Iron Mountain 3 times. I rode or not 3 times. I rode it twice. I rode
Needles?
Van Ocker. I rode
Van Ocker
the road that goes from the road that runs by Mount Rushmore. I rode it, and then I rode all the way back into Sturgis. That shit will wear your ass out. It's not like just riding around here in the fucking flatlands where, hey, it's a straight line from here, damn near 30 miles to the next damn town.
You know, it's funny you say that, because some friends of mine, I couldn't go last year, obviously, and it was their virgin trip, and we were, having some beers and grilling out, whatever. And I'm like, well, here's some pointers. A, don't do stupid shit, because they'll pull your ass over. I mean, the cops out there aren't from Sturgis.
Yeah.
Right? I said, B, if you're gonna ride it, you better get some kind of back support. Get your rider backrest. Well, one of my buddies has the Lapera seat.
Yeah.
I think that was the name of it. But he does not have the slot to even put a mount in it. Oh, I'll be fine. Yeah,
I didn't have a backrest either, which I have an aftermarket seat. I've been told it's a 2012 CVO seat on my bike.
So
I don't know if that's what it is, but
so I'll be fine. His girlfriend and well, basically there was 4 guys and 4 girls. The girls all rode in the car and the guys rode the bikes. I said, well, if you're going to ride out there, by the time you ride from where we're at in Iowa, clear out to Sturgis, your ass is going to be barking. And the next day, you're just going to want to sit down in a chair and not ride anywhere. Oh, no, it'll be fine. Guess what?
Famous last words.
So a couple months ago,
I 100% agree.
Yep.
That's what I did. I didn't go nowhere the first day.
I'm like, I don't know. It was what is it, May? So it must have been mid-April. We were at a swap meet bike show thing, and we're all having a good time. And so I was at, they were talking about their trip to Sturgis last year. I said, so how'd you feel when you got? He looks at me, and goes, "Son of a bitch," he goes, "You were right." I'm like, dude, I told you. He thought he could put his backpack, lean back in his backpack. Yeah. You get on I-80 or I-90 going across South Dakota. Even the slow vehicles are doing 90 miles an hour. If you're not doing $110, you're just getting smoked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's one thing to be, mid 20s, less than 30, whatever. You can do that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You get older, and I'm way the fuck overweight.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not gonna ride my goddamn bike clear the hell out to Sturgis.
I did it. Yeah. I did it. I went to Sturgis. I went to Sturgis when I went to Sturgis 2000. So 22, we're going to be 22 years ago. And I was much younger than I am now. So,
I mean, I'm good for a few hours, but my back can't take it.
Yeah.
And it's like and I told him, I said, if you're going to do that, you're missing out on so much because you're going to be in so much pain. You're going to be sore. That you're not going to want to go out and do something. You're missing all the.
Yeah. You're missing everything.
Opportunity. Yeah.
And you're not going to it's either you're missing it or you're not going to enjoy it as much as you can because you're going to be in so much pain that you can't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Your mind is going to be distracted by that pain.
Yeah. You got one full day out and then you're going to be sore. You got one full day back and you're going to be sore. So if you think you got a 7-day trip planned, no, you got a 5-day trip planned.
Yeah, 5 days.
Your ass is, your body's going to tell you no at some point.
Well,
and that was part of the reason we booked the campsites at Tilford Gulch because, I know at some point my ass is going to say, you're not riding it today. Great. We can jump in the bus, go down, watch people, have a few beers. I don't have to worry about being on the bike trying to drive back. And I can take that break and instead of, being sore and painful and, trying to sleep in a tent. And, I'm just too old for that shit.
You're not wrong, Moose. But yeah, the whole staying in a tent versus staying in an RV, I fully understand. But I also I thought that I would ride out there the first time and be done and just trailer out there because to me riding to Sturgis is a rite of passage.
Yes,
to me.
It is.
But
yeah,
after riding the first time, I'm fully prepared to ride again. But I'm going to plan ahead, and I have friends that I actually met like day 4 at being at the Buffalo Chip that live in eastern South Dakota, right around Sioux Falls. So as long as I can make it to the Sioux Falls area, I know I have a place to stay. That is within, 6 hours in a straight goddamn line all the way across I-90.
The most boring ride ever.
They're actually an hour north of Sioux Falls, so it'd be right at 6 hours by the time you went back down to Sioux Falls and get on I-90. Or it'd be 7 hours coming across another straight highway going through towns. And I'd just rather just jump down to the
Highway 12, I think, parallels the interstate. That's the.
Well, it's an hour north, so I don't remember what the hell it is.
Yeah, I think it's whatever, Highway 12 or Highway 14, same thing. I mean, it's just straight.
I mean, they offered to let me stay with them on their way home. I'm like, no, I plan on making it to Kansas City because I had actually planned on making it to Kansas City, Missouri on my way home. Because my brother lived there. Fuck, I can stay with him for free. Yeah, I made the mistake of stopping in. I stopped at hour north of Sioux City, Iowa, and I I met a couple of the people that are coming from Sturgis, and they said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna make it to X." Oh, it's not a bad plan. And then I didn't even make it that far. I mean, because I stopped and ate. I stopped and ate. That was the worst thing. Because when I did that iron butt up there, I didn't eat except for a little bit of beef jerky I had previously packed. I barely drank.
Mm-hmm.
I had a Camelback that I drank my water out of. So I didn't have to stop to piss. I didn't have to stop to eat because the beef jerky keeps you just satisfied enough that, you don't have to stop to eat. Gotta love the military for teaching you the important shit.
So my cousin bought a street glide last spring, and I'm
Damn street
hounding
glides.
him. He's running out of excuses not to go to Sturgis with me, right? Okay. So that being said, his thing is he wants to ride it, and I'm with him. At some point, like you said, it's a rite of passage.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm going to ride to Sturgis,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take 2 days to get there, and I'm not going to do the interstate. I don't care.
I
if
really wish I would have taken my time, because if I would have taken my time, it would have taken 3 days to get there by highway instead of by interstate.
But that's where you find the things you don't see on the interstate.
The Corn Palace of Iowa. Yeah, I wasn't
Mitchell,
stopping at that no matter what, but huh?
Yeah. Mitchell, South Dakota's Corn Palace.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
South Dakota, Iowa. They kind of blended in together at some point. So
exactly. But to me, that's always the fun part is get off the interstate. If you just want to get from A to B, great, take the interstate. But if you do that, you're going to miss out on all the little things. And to me, if I'm going to Sturgis, that's my vacation. It's not about how fast I get there. It's about the ride. It's all the little things that you're going to find and see and experience. So I don't want to bust my ass and be sore and not be able to ride for a day. I'm just going to plan ahead, know that it's going to take me 2 days to get there, and I'm going to take the 2-lane state highway, and I'm going to go to this point and stay in a hotel. And
we're past the 3.5 hour mark. Let's go for 3:45.
Hey, all my buddies give me shit because one time we went on a ride and somebody said, "Well, what about getting gas?" And everybody laughs and said, "Nah, don't worry about it. Brad's going to have to take a piss before you run out of gas anyway." So I'm good for an hour and a half, and then we're going to stop. So
I went tank to tank a few times on that trip, but like I said, I was just taking sips of water out of my Camelback that I had on my back, or that was in my backpack. That was on the back of the bike. I didn't drink excessively. I never drank an energy drink. I never drank a sports drink. The only thing I ate was a damn beef jerky, which beef jerky is fucking amazing. It keeps you satisfied, for one, and two, it gives you your nutrients that you need. The salt, the cow, I mean, everything.
Beef jerky,
so you're not really wanting anything.
Yeah.
And actually healthy. It's actually a very healthy.
It is.
Yes, it is.
It is.
It's
now,
one of you can go to the convenience store and buy, and it's actually good for you.
One of the gals that I served with, she made the mistake that she told us her little secret. Her little secret was she ate cheese 3 days before we were going to be in the field for an entire weekend or an entire week. She would eat cheese just so that she would not have to take a shit in the field. As soon as she told us her little secret, that went to hell. And she had to take a shit in the field. Nobody likes taking a shit in porta shitters. Nobody. Especially when you're in Kentucky. It's 100 degrees with 30% humidity or 75% humidity. It makes it 130 degrees in a porta shitter.
So the key to happiness growing up in Wisconsin, on Wednesdays is when the cheese curds come out from all the cheese factories. If you think eating cheese is not going to let you shit, don't worry about the pepper jack or the Colby or the Swiss or whatever. Just eat the cheese curds. That will lock you up for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I've ever experienced it. I'm just saying.
But the thing is, after she told us that, a few of the guys started doing it, and they went, "You know what? You're right." And she goes, "I'm not right. It quit fucking working for me."
It's fine
And
until your
she's one
body
of my best friends,
adapts
or one of
to
my friends. I love her to death.
it.
I'll
It's
give her
like
shit every goddamn time I see her.
It's fine until your body adapts to it, you know, and then the whole theory goes out the window. But if you're uninitiated and you just eat a lot of cheese, yeah, it's gonna fucking lock you up. After a while, it doesn't make a damn bit of difference. Or you turn it around. There's a little cheese factory in my hometown where I grew up. They make a really, really good habanero pepper jack cheese and a ghost pepper jack cheese.
Habanero actually sounds good. Pepper jack doesn't actually sound like it has very good flavor, to be honest with me. Or
It's
ghost
kinda,
pepper. Ghost pepper doesn't sound like it has very good flavor.
Well, there's no flavor
But
to
I
it.
like
You
habanero
throw it
flavor.
on a burger on the grill, and then like 2 hours later, you just if you want to clean yourself, go with the ghost pepper jack on a burger. You'll be clean.
Yes, you will.
Oh, I've ate ghost
Why
pepper,
do you
but
want to do that?
most time I'd rather just have the habanero. The flavor's better. The heat doesn't really matter to me, but the flavor really does. I've ate the blazing wings at Buffalo Wild Wings. They don't taste great at all. They just fucking burn, and you're just like, this was fucking stupid. Why did I order these?
I can never understand the point of ordering something so hot that you're miserable. I mean, if it's that hot and you can't taste anything, what's the enjoyment out of it? So okay, you're in pain for what reason? If you're going to win a prize, or as Amateur Moose put it, you're going to see some boobies, great. But outside of that, damn.
I think Amateur Moose is the only one left in the side chat. I mean, hey, Goose was up here 45 minutes ago, but yeah, I understand what you're saying, and I really like my little local rally because I don't know about your little Tilford Gulch campground for Sturgis, but where I go for that little local place, there's people that pack nothing. They show up wearing clothes, and then they put those clothes back on when they leave, and that's it.
You know, and they probably have as good or better time than anybody.
Oh, they don't give a shit. Oh wait, Chad's still here.
That's the one thing I will tell you this. You make it up to the A-Bait rally some year. That's a lot of what you'll see. You are out in the videos, freaking nowhere.
I actually have a friend that I met on Snapchat in a big Snapchat group that she goes there every year, and I've seen videos. I'm like, okay, it's kind of like a mini Sturgis. It's a bait, so it can't be what I go to because a bait actually has rules and whatnot, but it's going to be fun whenever I actually do make it.
You make it up sometime. You're gonna go right past me to get there. So you're gonna meet me in Waterloo, and then we'll go up together. I got a place
So
for us to
I'll
stay.
ride in and you'll drive the camper in just like Monkey and his wife?
Yeah.
Except for
actually,
actually be riding from farther.
Actually, the camper will already be there because if you want to get a good spot, you got to go there like 4 days ahead of the actual rally.
That's
But
actually the little local place that I go to. It starts early bird is Wednesday, but people show up on Sunday.
They will let you put your camper
Several
on
people
the ground
show up
Monday.
on Sunday, and you party in the parking lot. And once there's so many people in the parking lot, they just go, "Okay, you guys go in." And then they lock it down again. Say you can't leave. The gates are locked. You cannot leave. So you're stuck here. And then on Monday they go, "Okay, you guys go in," because there's people out they're parked on the road already.
Yeah.
But people show up on Tuesday night and they party all day, or they party all. They show up Tuesday, they party all day, and then Wednesday people are parked in the parking lot or down the road, and they go, "Well, it's early bird, go in. It's an extra $10 for the day." All right, so it is 3 hours 41 minutes and 6 seconds into this, and I gotta call it quits because I just got a battery warning. So, love you all to death.
It's been fun, man. Thanks for having me
3
on.
people that are left in the side chat, thanks for sticking around. HD, Iowa Hog Rider, thanks for being on.
Sir. Thanks for great to meet you, Iowa Hog Rider. Really good to meet you, man.
Oh, you as
well. I can't wait to make it down to Texas and up to or across to Iowa, catty corner to Iowa. Meet y'all. So y'all have a good one. I'll see you later.
Y'all have a good night, guys.
Good time. Have a good weekend. Be safe.
You guys too. Later.